And welcome back. Hello, everyone. Good day, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night. My name is Krona of the Arcadium Network, and welcome back to part 2 of A Rose in a Curtsy. I'm excited to keep going and see how far this goes. This might be a bit longer than last time, but... Wait. Just realized the floor sound. That doesn't sound right for me. Heavy-footed? God, why are you so heavy-footed? Oh! Rebel 2. Damaged. Unable to assist humans in the starship. Airlock inactive. Based on your physiological age, life expectancy, and the universal human instinct, self-preservation, I recommend the following actions. Die. What? I recommend you immediately eliminate Elise, who will soon contend with your food, is mentally unstable, and has compromised self-preservation abilities, and purge the remaining dominant personnel within 27 Lucian days to reserve the Rebel 2's energy. By following this recommendation, your quality of life will be maximized, guaranteeing you a life of unmatched happiness aboard the Rebel 2. Is it my fear this time? Calm down. First, record today's overall situation, and pull up the detailed data for each cabin, compare it to the standards, and find the key to the problem. Leave the rest to Elise. Constantly talking while working to distract yourself is certainly one way to cope with auditory hallucinations. So, isn't this really just another way to torture yourself? Or rather, let's shift our perspective and skip this uneventful stretch. The massive electronic screen displayed the land's true state in fine detail. Judging from the wreckage, the ruins are scattered. The Quandrians did some things outside the starship. Come to think of it, we've already spent 10 years here. Before the curse of permanence fell, 10 years was precious and meaningful beyond any measure. The span couldn't gauge the quantity of a marriage, or witness a person's whole journey from birth to adulthood, even after 1,000 wars that followed. That's the time that once sparkled in our lives has lost none of its weight. And we've lived here for 10 years, and only experienced a few dozen disasters. Over half of our companions survived. The Gene Bank, the incalculable box, and Stardust Tesseract are all intact, and the Rebel 2 remains a sanctuary. The endlessness won't invade recklessly. As for the fear-induced hallucinations, as long as we have ways to cope with them, they won't disrupt our daily work. So, the time that once sparkled in our lives will surely sparkle even brighter after we overcome the long suffering, as long as we press on Project Lifeline until the endlessness meets its end. Your Highness, we have no choice. Vince, without any other options, but knowing what we've endured, no one would be willing to pay the price of those alternative demands. Project Lifeline comes at the lowest cost of them all. In short, the current production cycle of the Starship's greenhouse can only support one person's daily needs. The rest of the crew just went into hibernation within 10 days. Our food consumption rate will completely out of control, ultimately resulting in everyone starving to death. With the Watcher destroyed, Soul Awakened must perform daily checks during hibernation in case of emergencies. When this Awakened reaches the limit of their biological age, a Hibernator must be awakened to take their place and repeat the cycle. There's also one more thing Grandpa Fritz brought up us for this meeting. I'll take it from here. If a status pod anybody fails during the awakened shift, leaving will awaken acts at once. The biological oldest shall be eliminated to preserve the younger. Additionally, if Project Lifeline is approved for execution, I volunteer to be the first awakened. Lifeline. There's no merely gambling one's life against the heavens. Oh, that felt like I was trying for a second there. Swallowed it correctly. 1 second. So you object, kid? The princess's choice is mine. I believe hope will come to us in time. That was Grandpa Fritz's old catchphrase back in life. He said it all the time to cheer me up. After he woke me up, we lived together for 3 days. He barely ate and rarely spoke. I did most of the talking. I knew he liked watching me chatter away as if I were a little flame. For its flickering, you could see the past. As those 3 days, I was actually waiting the whole time. Waiting for him to say his catchphrase one more time. Because Grandpa Fritz is also my flame. And I want to see the future through those words. But he just held my hand tightly and slowly let go. Ace, what do you want to hear me say this time? Never mind. Maybe it's better we don't meet. Even without me here, the incalculable box can keep the first dream running on its own. With her expertise, operating the box to enter the boundary and retain the first dream shouldn't be hard. Plus, I've left detailed enough instructions. Now there's only one thing left for me to do. This place is crude, primitive, utterly devoid of beauty, betraying at every turn the flaws that inevitably surface once the technology accumulates past a certain point. From a spatial standpoint, the liminal space between reality and dreams also makes a fitting name for this boundary. The girl had already created a dream capable of holding over a dozen people, and now she could even project her consciousness into separate space while fully awake. Clearly, her command of Honkai energy had grown strong. Perhaps I should revise my assessment. What she just has isn't luck, but a remarkable aptitude. I'll clear out the impurities inside the boundary first. After all, they're created by the endlessness, meant to erode the human will. Did they die because of hope? Will it die like them too? Something's watching us, all-knowing. Something's restricting us, all-encompassing. Endless. Something is entombing us over and over, ceaselessly, relentlessly, endlessly. What takes 100 days to build can be destroyed in a single day. What takes all our heart and soul to rebuild will crumble in an instant. 10 luxuring years have passed, and yet we have accomplished nothing. Let us drink the dragon's blood and feast upon its flesh. Only by reclaiming the permanence can we defeat endlessness. Swift, decisive, unwavering. Given how often bizarre things happened on the starship, the way she handled it is truly impeccable. Is it because of her years on the battlefield have far outlasted her years as a princess, forging a resilience few could match? Or has she simply grown numb to it all? This much should definitely boost everyone's dream resonance rate. Next! I'll give it one last try! Just as I thought, calling it the last time doesn't make things actually easier. This fraction existed since the birth of the first dream. Over the years, it's been pouring impurities into the boundary without end, leaving me with uneasy with each passing day. I lived in fear that the impurities would one day cross the boundary and invade the first dream. But I couldn't let that fear push me into shutting down the first dream, casting everyone back into a mental wasteland. Sure, those who wait later could take precautions with daily checks, but the fracture would remain a scar, constantly reminding them of the hidden dangers in the first dream. And today, I saw with my own eyes the impurities that invaded the first dream. My principle has always been to stay safe while handling whatever trouble pops up on the starship. But since Elisa's about to wake, taking a little risk should be fine, right? She closes her eyes, letting her conscience sink into an unhealing wound in an attempt to seal it from within. Well, let's shift our perspective and skip over this uneventful stretch. Uneventful? What are you hiding? Sis, I swear it's really not something bad. A love hallucination? It's fine. I'll cope just like before. Sis, come on! Don't ignore me! Sis! 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 Take an attack! Don't touch that! It's your fault for ignoring me, sis. What else was I supposed to do? Anyway, the fantasy can't be filled. No matter how many wishes you pour in, it only makes me grow taller and taller until I'm as tall as you. If you're gonna grow up because of my wishes, doesn't that mean I should call you Little Senna? The way people used to call me that when I was little. I'd be happy if you dropped the little part and just call me Senna. She acted exactly like I did when I first heard someone call me that. And did she touch my waist? Senna, since you know so much about this fracture, can you tell me why you'd say the fracture isn't a bad thing? Everyone loved the dream you created so much that simply being able to build a safe camp near the starship, having it eat, wear, and no longer facing a terrible disaster gave him a taste of happiness like never before. And the fear that the moment they took a step forward, the happiness in their hands would step away. And so, everyone unconsciously let the dream stop in its tracks. But you, the dream's maker, whether awake or asleep, bring in a wish every day. One igniting as little alarm clocks, urging the dream to grow up quickly and keep moving forward. Because I love sleeping here. I know the fracture is just an outlet for the dream to vent its waking up grumpiness. Those impurities aren't emitting from reality? They're spilling out from the dream itself? Yeah, you do nothing, the first dream will settle in stillness without a tug of wishes, and the outlet waking up grumpies will naturally vanish too. That's why I can see the fracture in my dreams, but I've never found it in reality. But there's one person who doesn't get on the wrong side of the bed for the alarm clocks you throw. Quite the opposite. That's the only time he smiles. He smiles so sweetly, he's practically jumping for joy. Yeah, she is jumping for joy. Thank you. Sis, are you alright? From actually discovering my ability to alter dreams, to coming up with the idea of creating dreams for everyone, and finally making a reality through the incalculable box. Everyone was so happy back then. I was happy that we finally had a temporary shelter in our hearts. Happy that the lives of those awakened would have a bit more flavor from then on. And happy that we could rehearse reality after endlessness ends by living normally in the dream, building our confidence in the process. That moment, memories accidentally drawn into the first dream came flooding back into her. Those bewildered thoughts and excuses. The Naralab, who should not have existed in the first dream. With a dream rehearsing for her truth, she had completely sensed. It never dared to want or wanted to believe. I can't believe everyone wasn't happy with the same thing as you, sis. Yeah, turns out we aren't happy about the same thing. I'm a little angry. It's like we promised to become relay champions together, but I was the only one still humming and puffing at the track practice. They don't want to be champions. They broke their promise. Senna, happiness is a rare emotion. If something makes people happy, it's a good thing. And why would we be angry about a good thing? You might be angry. You're not happy either. Because I've grown up. I know happiness doesn't last forever. Same goes for all good things, bad things, and everything else in the world. As a princess, it's my responsibility to anticipate the bad things that may follow once happiness ends, and prepare every means I can to turn them into good ones. Even if this isn't home, even if the way everyone sees the future has changed. Oh no, the more I talk, the angrier I get. Everyone fought back for their strength, and those who fled did so, having already faced reality for what it is. In that sense, I'm in no position to blame anyone. The reason I kept casting wishes day after day, urging the dream to grow up quickly and keep moving forward, was because I refused to accept the reality I'd already seen so clearly. I'd rather blur its face. Otherwise, why would I view the impurities of creation of endlessness, meant to erode the human will, believing they aren't projections of my companion's thinking, and that as long as I can close the fracture, the illusionary impurities might completely disappear? Then, what do you want to do next, then, Adina? I'll do as much as I can. As long as there's something I can do, Senadina. To be more specific, I'll retrace the path once opened up, and recover as many of those important materials I didn't get as I can. Pay attention. You're only talking about what you can do and not what you will want to do at all. What I want to do. For those living in an era of abundance, this may be a difficult question to answer. After all, there are simply too many things they can want to do, and many of them are incredibly tempting. Everyone's doing this. This is the safe choice. This suits you. When it comes to the purest pursuits themselves, predecessors cling to their own views. Successors blindly follow suit. Under these temptations, people can often harbour the illusion of "I want to," easily deciding their life work. Then, having reached a point where there's little left to want, why would she fall? Such a simple question. I'll start with what I want to do. You're everyone's princess. They're also friends with you. I want to stuff all your unheard wishes right beside everyone, all at once. This time, these wishes, like little alarm clocks, won't ring to wake people to dream, but the people holding it back. As long as I can get people in the dream to stop running, want the dream grow even faster, and in turn carry your wishes forward, by then, the fracture won't be born by strain, but of transcendence. It'll turn from a wound that never heals to a badge of honor, only worn by the brave. What if they can't do it? Forget all the what if they can't do it, or what if I fail, or what if it hurts, what if it's embarrassing. Someone who doesn't fixate on what they can do, but only on what they want to do, can do anything. Senna, you're such a unreasonable kid. So what is the princess being unreasonable from the very last time? There are no rules in the dream that says a princess can't do this or that, so no one can stop me from causing a scene. Sis, can you close your eyes? Huh? Come on, just close them. How come pouting at you never works? Because I've grown up. You're such an unreasonable grown-up. In the end, she closed her eyes, and as soon as something pulled into her embrace, it was a warm, tender embrace, as soft as the fluffy blanket she used to hold on, one that made her want to never wake up. And then, through the haze, she saw a four-leaf clover, its leaves cupping dewdrops that caught them the morning light. To think the lucky four-leaf clover magic will help you find what you want to do. Okay. Oh!
Jamie Zenby has invited 5 to join the conquest.
Hello, Jamie. Hello, readers. Welcome on in, everyone. How are you doing? You can have all the cookies you want. I don't have a give cookie emote, unfortunately, but you can have all the cookies you want. How did Deltarune go? Hopefully it went extremely well. How far did you get? And if you did complete chapter 1, as I think I did see you near the end of chapter 1, how did you enjoy it? And are you planning for chapter 2? For those that are rating on in general, all of you, if you want to go and take a quick break, go stay happy, healthy, and hydrated. Have a, do some post-stream checks. Do not worry. I appreciate you being here. For those that are sticking around, my name is Krona of the Arcadia Network. I am a variety streamer, mainly focusing on RPGs. Today is a bit of an off-scheduled stream, where we are streaming through Honkai Impact 3rd. This is one of the original Honkai games. For those that don't know of things like Genshin and Star Rail, same creator. This is the second to final chapter in the current story. After next chapter, they are going to be re-evaluating everything. Went well, got to chapter 1, and the ending was stunning. Toby Fox, in general, cooks with everything he does. I don't know if you knew this, but through Undertale, he got to do some music in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then up in Scarlet and Violet. And they are some of the most fun themes, if you ask me. So let me just very quickly, for anyone that is here that wasn't part of the raid, please make sure you go give Jamie a check. They are an incredible streamer and a great friend of the channel. As always, guys, I will only recommend you the highest of quality here, and you don't get any more higher quality. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna take a second. So, for those that are catching in here, I read out everything that goes on in Impact 3rd as a narrative story. That does include the voices. The voices do play over me. Obviously, in other games, I've changed this separately. Like Persona, they read out the voices instead in Japanese. I just go for it here. I should really stop the voices, so I'm just reading them. But the voices give me a help of understanding how the character is speaking. I don't think I've ever explained that. The reason I keep the voices on is so I know what kind of context the character's speaking, and I can roughly translate it into my reading. Okay. I think the lucky four-leaf clover might help you find what you're looking to do again. As for what you can do, you've already done it so well! The light faded, leaving nothing but a void within the fracture. Did a younger version of herself truly emerge from unheard wishes? Give up the chance to take root and sprout? And sacrifice herself for what she wanted? Or did the girl, after discovering despair within the dream's fracture, imagine an excuse naive enough for what she did? Even I cannot say. The only thing I can confirm is that the first dream is about to be shaken to its core by the antics of a certain princess.
Elsie
12 hours left until Elise wakes up. I'll go to Nana's room. If memory serves, that's where she is. Oh, wait. There's another door. There's way too many doors. The best dragon girl in all of gaming is just slaying there. I hope she's okay. Nana paid an unimaginable price to lead us through the intertidal zone. I don't know how long it'll take for the only thing that can heal a dragon to wake Nana up. All I know is the fact that Rebel 2 remains a sanctuary for this. Must mean that Nana's still watching over us quietly as she sleeps. And that's exactly why everyone used their imagination to piece together a fully recovered Nara love in the first dream.
たとえ夢の中
Even
で
in
も
a dream,
私たちは
we
恐怖
can't
から
escape
逃げら
fear.
れない
I can't even zoom out to show her laying there. You guys knew. They knew. Oh my god, there's a view. God damn it. Right, time to look at her browsing history in the meantime. I got this bread rabbit sticker from Vera's bakery. Her bread practically saw me through every day of my studies.
限定ふわふわパンを
Just to get my hands on those small batch
ギ
fluffy
リギリまで
buns.
寝るのを諦めて
I could fight the urge to
積
sleep
もった
in and
雪の上
wait
で
in line
30分も
in
並
the
んだよ
snow
ね
for half an hour. And
普段の
I'm
私は
kind of the person
ア
who
ラ
needs
ー
to
ム
set
が
7 or 8
18
alarms
回
for
鳴
her
ってから
just to get out of
起きる
bed.
のに
Same, I have 3 alarms to get out of bed in the morning, so I understand that one. Anyone else like that? Like, you need a few couple of alarms to get up because it's really difficult. I used to never have a problem, but ever since I've started working earlier and earlier, it has become a massive problem for me. I don't know why. As I've gotten older, I've started to kind of like my sleep-ins a little bit more than I used to. And now sleeping in just feels, it's God like. But I get the opportunity to sleep in, I will try and take it. Oh, don't knock my fans over.
研修時代の思い出と比べる
Compared to
と
my student days,
開拓手帳
my
の記
memories
憶
of
は
expedition notes
結
are
構曖昧
pretty
なんだ
much a blur.
中田を離れた後
It's the
生活
journal
を
I
記録
kept
す
to
るため
record
に
my
用意
life
した
after
手帳
leaving. A friend both
一番
deeply
よく知って
familiar
るの
and
に一番見知ら
unfamiliar.
ない友達み思えばあの
I
頃
guess
は
it's
嫌な
because
こ
so
とが
many
多
bad
かっ
things
たね
happened back then. To
だ
keep
から
myself from
落ち
getting
込まないように
discouraged once I finished
客観
recording the
的に記
facts,
録し
I
た後は
forced myself
あ
not
え
to
て
revisit
手帳
them.
の中でも今は
But now,
もう
I
一
want to
度
get
ゼ
to
ロ
know
から
you
知
all
り直
over
したい
again. I'll leave this up for a second. It's a read. Just while I pour my drink. I'm not going to read out the books and stuff. When it gives me like this overload of information, I haven't been reading it. I've been skipping it. Just trying to get a good pour here. I could have been a bartender. I can get a good pour. Oh, a little strong on that. Oh. Oh, we are deliberately going backwards. Yeah, they started losing people. Today I feel freed entropy. 800 days in, she awoke entropy.
1時間前にジェインの点検作業が終わった
1 hour ago, Zen finished taking inventory.
ミドは資源と技術の
Apart from
結
making
晶
off with Rebel 1,
トレイター
which is the
1号
culmination of our
だったけれど
research and technology,
基地内
made
の
that the
施
base
設やデータベー
facilities,
スの
backup
バックアップ
databases, and computing cores intact.
でも彼の裏切りは
But his betrayal still dealt a
この先の
devastating blow to our
私たちの行動に
subsequent operations.
そして今夜
And tonight, we're holding our
最後
final
の
meeting.
今回の議題は一つ
In this meeting, everyone will discuss
ト
one
レイター
thing
2号
only.
の開発を継
Whether
続
to
す
continue
るか
developing the Rebel
トレイ
2
ター計画
or
を中止
terminate
するかどうか
Project
につ
Rebel
いて
immediately.
トレイター計画を言い出したの
As the
は
one who
私
proposed Rebel,
だか
I
ら
know full well
私がどう
that
思ってい
whether I
たとしても
decide will
迷ってい
sway
る
on
みんなに
if
影響を
everyone's
与えて
still
し
on
ま
the
う
fence.
自分の答えは慎重に書
Oh,
かなければ
as the one who proposed Project Rebel, I know full well that whatever I decide on will sway everyone still on the fence. I will read that correctly. I apologize. I'm not dyslexic. I'm just really bad at reading. It is hot. Don't blame me. Don't hurt me. I am just the messenger reading the story. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting the story as well. I am a Deadpool. I am an awful storyteller. I keep interrupting to bring forth Therefore, I must write down my answer with utmost caution.
考えていると
As I was
急に
thinking,
風
a
が吹
gust of wind flipped
き
the
ページをめ
pages.
くった
I stood up to shut the window.
窓を
And
閉
there
め
it
るために
was,
立ち上が
a
った
forest
時
clearing outside,
外にある
bathed in
森の
morning
空き地
light,
が目に映った
big enough for a crowd of children to run free in.
かつて子供たちの間で缶蹴
Once
りが
there-
流行っていたけれど
Once, there was a
その
chasing
無
game
数
popular
の
among
ステージ
children,
もこんな
played in
形だっ
countless
た
forest clearings just like this one.
鬼は全力でこう
The
探
hunter's
さ
goal
な
was
け
to
れば
chase
な
and
らない
tag the prey as best
そ
they
して子
can.
は
The prey's goal
仲
was
間
to
全員
escape
が
the
見つか
hunting
って
zone before
全ての
losing
チャン
10
スを
lives from
失う
getting
前に
tagged.
こんなルールが決まったのは鬼がすごい道具を
The
たくさん持
rules
っ
are
てい
set
て
up this way because the
開
hunter
始
has
時点で
plenty
す
of
で
powerful
に有利
items,
だったからだ
giving them a natural advantage.
一方で子
To
は
make up for it, the prey
あ
gets
っとい
10
う間に失うチャ
incredibly
ンスが
fragile
10
lives.
回小さな頃の私
When I
は
was a child,
最後
I
の
loved
1回し
popping
か
up
チャンス
right
が
in front
残
of the
ってい
hunter on
ない時
purpose
に
when I was down to my last
わざ
lives.
と鬼の前
No
に飛び
hiding,
出して
no dodging,
逃げ
just
も
a clean
隠れも
head-on
せ
head
ず
race.
勝つのは好きだけど
I love winning,
冒
but
険
adventures
する
and
ことやチ
challenges
ャレン
mean
ジするこ
more
との
to
方
me.
が
And
も
amid
っ
all
と
that,
大事だと
there's
思
one
ってい
moment
る
I
か
especially savor.
子が鬼の視線を
The
かいく
moment
ぐ
when
り
the prey's about to get caught.
単に狙いを定めて姿を
They're
見
also
せる
about to
時
run out of the hunting zone.
鬼と
That's
子
when the
が初
hunter
めて
and the
対等
prey
の
stand
立
on
場にな
equal
る瞬
footing
間
for
だ
the very first time.
誰が勝っても
Anyone
誰が
can
負け
win.
てもおかしくはない
Anyone can lose.
大抵は鬼が勝って
Most of the time, though,
私
the
が負
hunter
け
would
ていた
win
けれ
and
ど
I'd lose. I'd lose so bad they'd
よ
stop
く
my
時
feet,
短
my
だ
face
鬼
all red,
今のは
stopping
ノ
just
ー
short
カ
of
ン
throwing
っ
a
てする
fit,
人に
saying the
なるく
last
らい
life
に
didn't count.
でも最後は
But
涙
in
を
the
拭い
end,
て
I'd always wipe away
笑
my
って
tears and head home with
エ
a
レー
lane,
ニと一緒に
smiling.
家何せ潔く
Because
10
I
回のチャン
burned
ス
all
を
through all
使い
10
切
life
り
with style and
堂々
lost
と
fair
負
and
けた
square.
からだ
And since I lost with grace, someone's bound
綺
to
麗に負け
notice.
今となっては
Hardly
缶
any
蹴りで
children
遊
play
ぶ
tag
子
these
供の
days.
普及の前では
Measured against
1回の
permanence,
チャンス
10 lives
ち
are
っ
nothing.
ぽけなものだ
But stretch them 100, 1,000, and the
だから
game analogy loses its
100
meaning.
回やたまにこう考えることが
Sometimes I think about this.
鬼
If
と
the
子が
moment when the
対等
hunter
に
and
な
the
る
prey
瞬
becomes
間を
equal could be stored within
無限
like
に
those
続
endless
くラ
stretching
カダの
years.
歳
Maybe
月
it...
うんうん
No.
その瞬
It
間
must
は
have
き
fallen
っと
into this very moment.
今の景
Into
色
that
になる
forest
んだろ
clearing
う
beyond the window. Bathed in
かつて
morning
た
light.
くさんの子供たちが
But
自
so
由
many
に走っていた
children once ran free.
そう思ったところで
Thinking of this,
答えが
I
見えて
had
き
my
た
answer. So I prepared to write it down.
筆を
Well,
止
I
め
had
ていた
stopped
地点から
with utmost care.
ふと気づく
But then I realized the answer
私は考
had
える前に
come before the fall.
9回ものチャンスを使って
I had already written using my 9 lives.
分かってるよ
I know full well why I
あ
couldn't
の
answer
質
that
問にす
question
ぐ
right
答
away.
えられな考えなきゃいけないことが
Even
減
now,
ってきて
there isn't much time left to
私
dwell
は
on.
ようやく怖くな
My
った
mind still races, and the
つ
racing
い
fills
考
me with
えす
fear.
ぎちゃう
A fear that I'm being too greedy, too foolish, too
身の程
ambitious.
知らラカダの普及など
I want the permanence to
突
vanish
如と
without
して降
warning.
臨したあの日のように
Just like on that day of
何
the
の
Sun
予兆もな
Conquest.
く消え去る私の幸運
I
が
want to prove that my luck
ただ
didn't
温
just
かい
create
お
a
墓を
warm
作っただ
grave.
けじゃ無人を相手にして
I also want to question endlessness.
私たちじゃ
To
手が
question
届
this
かない
unreachable otherworldly
外の
godlike
神
entity.
様を通してよりに
Why must you impose this cycle of
苦難
suffering
の
on
連
people?
鎖をまたラカダ
all
の
over
人々
again.
に私たちにとって
Is the pattern we
文明が
see,
繁
the
栄すればするほど
civilizations
滅びる
face
ように見え
annihilation
る
the
貴族
moment they start to thrive?
あ
Just
な
a
たの
deliberate
意図的
trick
に
you're
悪ふ
playing?
ざけ
Or an instinct,
それとも
instinct you rely on to survive?
だけど今は
Right now, I
考
want
え
to keep
続けたい
thinking.
死じゃなくて
It's not about death.
生につい
It's
て考
about
え続け
survival.
たいの
セナディア、ここを
Senadia,
離れるのか
are you leaving? No,
正確に言えば
I'm setting off.
旅に
A journey of no return. A decluttering of her life. Yet, what she chose to declutter was nearly all the treasures that would have come out on top in any comparison of value and significance. Aside from the survival and exploration supplies she conserved by planning ahead, she took no advanced weaponry. It seems like she had made up her mind that even if the expedition failed, the starship would suffer no irreparable loss. The princess was truly ruthless with herself.
初めて惑星に着いた時
When we first here,
巨大で異様な
everyone
形
saw a
の隙
massive,
間を見た
bizarrely shaped fracture.
調査のために数人が出
But
か
to
けた
recover
け
its
ど
true nature, at least Senpai learned that she
帰ってきたのは
But in the end,
エルシー
she was the
先輩
only one
だ
that
け
came back.
私は先
I'll
輩
follow
の
her
道をたどって
footsteps
進む
until
いつか
Oh! Did I just loot?
どうして
Why am I back here again?
またここに
姫様、年長者の
Your
私が
Highness,
行く
I'm
べき
older
です
than you.
探索の
I
旅
should be the
は
one to
私の
go.
役
The
割です
expedition missions are also originally mine.
引き返してください。
So turn back.
案内します。
I'll lead the way. And what if I disagree? Because I fully disagree.
引き返して
Cannot
くだ
leave the
さい。
station.
案内します。
There. You're going the wrong way. I don't care.
先輩
Sorry.
の案内に
Can't
従
follow
うわ
this
けにはい
guidance.
かないの
Turn back.
これは姫が勝手に決めたこと
I refuse. I refuse to let someone else die. For me. It's always trying to go that way. Not bad. She's almost at the exit. I thought, go back the way I came. Theta? Is that you?
私の庇護さえあれば、トレイター2号の
Sonadino,
中で
under my protection.
普通の
You
人
live a
間として
normal
生
life
きられ
inside
る。
Rebel 2.
動揺していないな
If your
ら、
heart hadn't wavered
分
at all,
析室で
why would you have heard that
あんな声を聞い
voice
たり
in
はし
the
ない。
analysis room? No,
君だっ
look
て
at
恐
her,
れ
she
ている
is
んだ。
gorgeous. You're scared too,
だから
aren't
引き
you?
返せ。
So turn back.
私が
I'll
案
lead
内
the
し
way.
人は恐怖から逃げる
People always want to be fear free, but fear of, yeah, but no.
お引き取りを、姫様。
Was that okay?
お引き取りを、姫様。
Oh, I can't run, like, from it? Okay.
お引き取りを、姫様。
I'm gonna go that way somehow. Ah, there we go. This door.
お引き取りを、姫様。
君だって恐れているんだ。
お引き取りを、姫様。
It's all the survivors. It's everyone that came here with us. I can't dash through.
お引き取りを姫様
お引き取りを、
お引き
お
取りを、
引き取りを、
姫様。
お引き取りを、姫様。
No. Let your princess be the princess.
みんな
Nice.
愛する娘よ。
My dear
お
daughter,
前は
will you let the
信
light of
仰の
faith be
光を絶やすつ
extinguished?
もり。
お父様
Father, it's
それ
already
なら
gone
もう
out.
絶やしたよ
I snuffed it out myself the day I agreed to
計画を
protect
承認した
Lifeline.
日不及の呪いの
The
中であ
people
んなに長い間
Endured
待って
all
も
those long years under the
希望すら
curse
見えなか
of
った
permanence. I brought them no
そん
hope,
な方人
and
が
yet they dared to
もう
think
一
they
つ
could use
の
Project
超越した
Lifeline to
存在に
defy and have a
ライフパス計画
transcendent
で対
being.
抗し
だからこそ、
That's why
お
I'm
前に
begging
残
you
って
to
ほし
stay,
いのだ。
even if
た
just
と
for
え
me.
私は
Your dad can't bear
お
it
前
letting
と
us
離れた
set
く
go.
ないの。
私だって
I can't bear to leave
お
you
父
even
様と
Tad.
離れたくない
For everyone who didn't come with me when I left.
もう一度お父
Hearing
様
Dad's
の
voice
声を
again,
聞けて
Really happy.
でも
But I won't stop here.
絶不及も無人も
If permanence has no end, then neither does endlessness.
待ってるだけじゃ
Waiting will only
私たち
hasten
の
our
滅亡を
demise.
早
There was no button for that, by the way.
よし、この
Okay,
先が
up ahead is
絶望した者が 心の喪失
Master
を
Lost.
隠して言葉を飾った。
I choose to believe.
私は信じた。
The
喪
lost
失
make
した者
use
が
of dreams to bury the past
夢で
promises.
過去の約束を
I'm
葬
not
った。
aware.
私は
Because
私
I've
はい
always
つも
looked
前を
forward.
向いてる。
Because I'm the only one still looking forward.
罪のない自
For my
分のため
innocent
に
self, this time I will
今回は
close my
目を閉
eyes.
じる。きっと
I think
再び
when I
目
open
を
my
開けた
eyes,
時に見
the
る
world
世
will
界
surely
は
fill with despair. It
後
will
悔
make me
するよう
regret
な
opening
絶
them
望に
over.
満ちている。だけど
And if
後
I
悔
choose
から
to
逃
never
げ
open my eyes
目を
again,
閉じたままじゃ
to avoid that
死
regret,
ぬのと同じ。
be no different from death.
自分こそが
I
永
will
遠の
always be my greatest enemy
最
and
大の敵で
my smallest god.
最小の神様だ。100日で作りし者は1日で
What
壊れ
takes hundreds of years to build can be destroyed in a single
再
day.
建に尽力しても
What takes all our heart and soul to rebuild will crumble in an instant.
学生で10年を経た我
10
ら
years have passed,
何もなせ
and
ず
yet we have accomplished nothing.
これが
So,
ラカダ
this is
人
the
の向き合う
reality
べ
that
き
people
現実。
face. Oh, finally! We get to use our movement option. Whee!
行く前に
Before I
みんな
go,
に会い
I
に行
want
こ
to see everyone again.
う。失ったみんなは
The friends
ここにいる。
lost here. All the death. Makes sense you'd want to see them. I think she has one of the coolest movements in the game. I'm not gonna lie.
目指す場所は
It doesn't have to be
豊かな
fertile
土地じゃな
land.
く希望は持つ
Because
もの
hope
じゃない
isn't something you wait for.
作り出
It's
すしか
something you
ないの。
create.
この程度じゃ止められないよ。
Something like this isn't gonna stop me!
ケルシー先輩の旅を続けよ
I'll
う。
keep going along the path Elise took. Oh, this way. Me going the wrong way. Nothing new.
この先は
Further ahead is
ほ
the
とんど
area
行っ
we
たことが
barely
ない
set
エ
foot
リア
in.
だ。無人の源は
Could the source that
Oh,
ended
this
us
kimono
be
can
inside
come.
that fracture? Although the colossal fracture was in plain sight, after more than 10 days, she still hadn't managed to reach it. Try to imagine someone walking on a Mobius strip. Her situation is no different. Does not know the Mobius strip is the infinity where it twists in the middle. So you'll always be walking on a plane on it. By the limits of human survival, she cannot find any supply room. Oh, supply soon. Senadina will perish here today.
最後に
One
も
more
う一回
try.
試してみよ
One last time.
う。最後って
One last time. How many times have I said
何
that
回も言
already?
ったけど
This is probably the most painful kind of time. Because they take away your ability to run, all for the sake of drama. I understand what they're going for, but damn.
でも十分に
Thankfully,
接
we've
した
spent so
せい
much
か
time together lately. I've come
あな
to
たたちがよく
know
分
you
か
all
った
so
の。
well. Bonk.
当時の先輩も同じ
Come
状
to
況だっ
Elise,
た
she
んだ。
found herself in a similar situation back then
最後は
and eventually collapsed from exhaustion.
目を覚ました時には
When she
もう
came to, she
キ
found
ャン
herself
プ
near
の
the
近
camp.
くにいた。気を失ってる間に
So what exactly happened while she was unconscious? Or who happened? That's where the question comes in. Just never
キリが
ends.
ないよ。
Thanks to games like Arknights and this game, I love this kind of thing. Maybe this is why I'm tempted to give Devil May Cry and Bayonetta another go, because I've gotten better at time-based dodging. I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong, but get a load of this. Overkill! Still not over?
私
Just a little
疲れちゃっ
tired.
た。隙間が
Fracture, it's
すぐそこに。
right there. Oh, she's going even slower now. Come on, girl.
もう少しだけ頑張れば。
Hold on a little longer, I'll
私
死ぬ
die. Is that Layla? Oh my god, Layla, what are you doing? Layla, put the tentacles away! The shadow can see surged into her body, restricting her every moment with an irresistible force. But at the same time, it purified a small space around her, restoring it to bright and reassuring colours.
声
Go home, or die? The black creature murmured in a childlike voice, whispering its warning and its threat to her.
あなたは
Are you
エントロピー
Entropy?
そっか
So you are the one who saved Elise when she was trapped here?
先輩は連れ帰って
Thank
く
you,
れてあ
thank
り
you
が
for
とう。
bringing her home.
あ
And
と
thank you for saving me, but
さっき
still,
私を
but
助けてくれた
we
こと
can't
に
go back like this. I have to.
この
The shadow tightened its grip.
セナ
Senna,
ディ
Gina,
ア
go
帰
home.
る
エントロピー
Entropy,
どうし
why are
て
you doing all this? After a brief silence, the black creature split its body open. In the tidal chaos, only a single spark of light remained, like a fire in the shadow, like its very soul. In the light, she saw herself.
セナディア
Sadia good. Like, saved
助
me.
けてヘルシーが
Elise
死ん
dies.
だら
You cry.
あなた
You
なん
die.
か
I
あ
cry.
なた出発
You left. Could
止められなかった
now must.
出発した時に続け
The
てきた
hallucinations I
原
kept
発
running
や
into
終
were
わ
when I
り
set
の
out.
道
The
私を
road
助け
stretching
るため
on.
にエントロ
It
ピー
was
が
all you trying to keep me here.
待って
Wait,
あの時
you were beside me the whole time?
いたの
名前をも
Ever
ら
since
っ
I
て
got
から
a name. I've always been here. Your
あな
shadow.
たの好き
Do you like
No, no.
me? The white me?
白
エントロピーはいつも
Entropy,
可愛いよ
you've always been cute.
白くなくても
You don't have to turn white for me to like you.
でも
Others
人は
afraid of dark
暗いのが
Me
苦手
too.
だから
So go home,
Tyler.
Sanitia. Please?
背中
ごめんね
I'm sorry.
それだけはできないの
That's
ず
the one thing I can't do.
っと待ってたか
Because
ら
I've waited too long.
もう
And I can't
これ
wait
以
any
上は
longer.
待ちたくない10回のチャンスをかっこよく使い切って
I want to
Don't
burn
have to
through
make
all
it
10 lives with style.
そして
Then
綺麗な
lose fair and
泣き姿を
square.
仲間たち
I
に見
also
せた
want
い
to
の
lose gracefully enough for my friends to see.
私の最後の夢じゃ
Maybe my final dream
最初の
will
夢が一
only
瞬
bring
変
a
化す
fleeting
る程度
chance
かもしれ
change
ない
the
けど
first dream.
たとえ
But
もう一度最初から人生をやり直すことができたと
even
しても
if
私はその瞬間のために同じ決断をすると思う
Even if I could relive my life, I'd still make this choice for the very moment.
すべては
Everything
そのもの
belongs to it.
隙間
A big fracture, a shadow, I, a
私
shadow?
私たち
We are the same.
つまりあなた越しな
Entropy.
ら
Do you
私
mean
は無人を見ることができるの
through you, I can also see endlessness?
私
Through
越し
me, hurts more,
もっと痛い
scares more.
そのためなら
Even if it costs
ゼ
anything
ナ
that
デ
is
ィアの全て
Senadina,
を
so
捧
be
げて
it.
もいい
After a long silence, the black creature slowly moved forward and cautiously devoured the girl before it.
こうして
And so she set out once more on the path of rebellion.
ここにあるのは
Whether it was the soul or
それ
flesh
とも
walking
肉
here,
体だろうか
she did not know,
彼
nor
女
did
に
she
はわから
intend to
ない
ask.
し彼女はただ前を
She merely stared
人
ahead,
類の運命を
gazing
工
into
作
the
する
deepest
深い闇
darkness
を
interwoven
凝視
with humanity's fate.
そこから
Golden
金
threads
色の糸が波打ち
rippled,
広がった
rippled
あっ
out
け
from
に取られ
within,
た彼女を
each
気づ
strand
くため
whispering,
一筋
snaring
一
her
筋
feet
が
and
囁
clouding
き
her
合いな
vision,
がらその
all
足
to
に
shadow
絡まる
her
視界
in a
を
moment
惑
of
わせ
trance.
そして
And the eyes
空
covering the
一面に
sky
広
are
が
the
る目は
fruits of
死の
death.
勝ちに落ち
It
運命
waits to
の本流に
plunge to the
駆け込み
ground,
最後を
into
迎
the
える
torrent
彼
of
女の
fate,
惨状を
its
そ
gaze
の視線で
freezing
見
her
定めよう
final
としている
tragic state.
しかし彼女は自身の恐怖を乗り越えた
Though she had conquered her own fear,
恐
she
怖
could
に
make
生まれ
not fake,
おと
shake
まし
the
く肥
fear
大化した
of
怪
the
物を突
monster
き
long
放
since
すことは
drowned
し
in
なかっ
fear,
た
warped beyond recognition and swelling larger still.
なぜなら彼女は
Because she had seen rivers of blood, seen a
生と死
mile
が
where
交
life
錯
and
する
death
泥沼を見
intertwined,
てきたからだ
abstract pain could never
抽
terrify
象
her
的な
more
苦痛では
than
具
concrete
体的な
suffering.
苦難なぜなら彼女は
Because she still
心
holds
の中に
convictions
信
in
念を
her
持っ
heart.
ている
This path
この道の
must have
終
an
点
end,
に着くまで
and
た
all
だ
she
ひ
has
た
to
すら
do
に
is keep
進めばい
walking,
いのだ一歩
step by
ま
step,
た一歩と
carrying the
彼
monster
女は
coiled
自身に
around
まとわ
her.
りつく怪物を
She
引き
walked
連れな
towards
が
the
ら
deepest dark.
深い闇へ時間は即席を
Time
にじま
washed
せ
away her
感
footprints
覚を
and
貸す
blurred her senses,
歩みと休息を
merging
断ち切れない
walking and
ループ
resting
へ
into
と
an
融合させ
unbreakable,
ながら
endless,
果
repeatable
てしなく
cycle.
重なっていく外の概念で
From
語
an
れば
outside
エ
perspective,
ルシーが彼女の
5 years
別
had
れの
passed
手紙を
till
目に
Lise
してか
saw
ら
the farewell letter
学
she
生
left
では
behind,
やがて彼女
and
は
she too
つい
seemed
に
to have
そう
finally
に出
met
会
it.
う私は
I
セナディア
am Senadina.
この旅は
This journey is a
かつ
tone
てのため
for
に
my
なる
hesitation, my
そして
complicity,
責任の放
my
棄をやめる
dereliction of
ために
duty in the past, also to rekindle with my own hands a hope long since extinguished.
無人は彼女の言葉に
Endlessness
答え
did
な
not
かった
answer her.
それはただ
This was merely a
人が
shadow
遥
it
か
left
昔に
behind
残
in
し
the
た
distant
影に過
past.
ぎなかった
She finally realized the truth.
彼女しかし
But the thought
彼
of
女
quitting
は
never
諦
crossed
め
her
ようと
mind.
しない この幸運が
Whether
偶
my
然だっ
luck is
た
truly an accident
奇
or
跡
a
の中は
miracle,
私が決める
I'm the one who gets to decide. Besides, there's no rules here saying princesses can't do
ここ
this
に
or
は
that.
姫様禁止
So
事項
nobody's gonna
ないし
stop me from causing a scene
時間が停滞する地
in a place where time stands still.
彼女は
and
好きな
nothing
だけ
is
時間を
forbidden.
費やせる可能性を
She will
手に
have
入
the
れたが
chance to squander time.
恐怖に溺れ
She
て
must
それ
not
を
let
失うよ
fear
うな
rob
事態
her
を
of it.
避け繰り返されるあがきの
In an
中
endless cycle
怪
of
物と
struggle,
過ごす時だけが
only her
月日
moments
の
with
流
the
れから飛
monster
び出し
could leap out of the
今も
mire.
なお輝く温かな
Only her
太陽
moments with the monster could
柔
leap
ら
out
かな
of
風
the
の上に
mire
落
of
ちる
time
ことができる
and
の
fall
だ
back into the still warm sunlight and ever gentle breeze.
言語
Language,
文字
words, pictures,
歴史
history,
物語
stories,
想像
imagination.
彼女は
She
所
did
持する
everything
全
she
てを
could to
可能
share
な
what
限
she
り
had
共有
to
し
soothe the fear
その
surging in its
魂
soul.
に渦人の本質も
The essence of humanity
彼女
was
の
also
何気ない
preserved through her
善行によって
inadvertent
保たれた
acts of kindness.
それから
After that,
さらに
another
学生の
5
5年が
years
過ぎた
passed.
あるひらめきの瞬間
In a flash of inspiration. Isn't that the
彼女
cocoon
は
that Kiana is in? Wait a minute!
糸を確実に掴み
In a
取った
flash of inspiration, she finally grasped the thin thread connecting the shadow to endlessness.
終焉の眉と呼ばれる
The entity ought to be called the cocoon of finality revealed its true form to her for the first time. So it is Kiana.
その思考は夢その感
Its
覚は
thoughts are dreams. It senses the
その視
shadows.
線は太
And
陽
its
系
gaze
全
spans
域
the
に
solar system.
すで
On
に
an
人類が
inhabited
活動
planet,
している星
finality is carrying out its first
終焉は
task.
その目を通じて
Though it's
彼
through its
女はトレイ
observation,
ター2号の
she
中
saw the only
唯
person
一
awake
目覚
inside
めている
Rebel
もの
2.
エルシーの体には
Time had left visible
歳
marks
月
on
の
her
痕
lease,
跡がはっきりと刻まれてい
but her
る
mental state was far better than before.
精神は以前よりは
Aside
る
from
かに
daily
安定
patrols
してい
and
る
routine
ようだ
maintenance, At least we've started a few days every month to search for her whereabouts, synchronizing her progress with her dormant companions.
エルシーが夢に入
Artemis entered the dream. She saw the current state of the first dream.
10年前と比べて
Compared to 10 years ago, the boundaries of the first dream had greatly expanded.
夢を現実
Treating the dream as a rehearsal for
仲
reality,
間たちは
her
外の観
companions
察を
continued to
続けて
explore
いる
outwards, actively preparing
学
to
生初の
build
都
the
市の
first
建
city.
設の順そして夢の進展は
And the progress made in the dream, recorded by the box, was complete reserve within the Stardust Tesseract by Elise, leaving behind seeds of hope
エルシ
for
ー
a
によって
future
全て
that
星
did
屑
not
キューブ
belong
に
to
保
the
存され
people.
ていた彼らは彼女の願いを
They
聞き
heard
自
her
分た
wish
ちの
and
願いを取
rediscovered
り
their
戻した
own.
のだ
Even if
たとえ
endlessness
無
had
尽に
no
終わ
end,
りがなくとも
they wouldn't live their
自
lives
身
in
の人
vain.
生エントロピー
Entropy.
私
I don't think I need to
もう
figure
綺
out
麗
how
な
to
泣き
lose
姿
with
に
Grace
こだ
anymore.
わらなさすがだね
As expected of Fernandina. I just gave everyone a little push. You were the one who gave me the courage to try a different
もう一
approach.
この数年間
For years, I kept tucked away in the corner of my heart.
それを心の
The
片
truth
隅に
is,
隠してた
of all my plans, it's the greediest, most
全ての
foolish,
計画の中
and the
で
most overly
一
ambitious.
番よく
So what are you planning to do, Fernandina?
眉は現実
The
に干
cocoon
渉
has
した
never
時みたい
interfered
に
with the first dream,
最
way
初の
it
夢
has
の
with
動きに
reality.
干渉しなか
It
った
just watches, as it does now.
ただソにとって
Perhaps the dream holds a
夢は
special
特
value
別
to
なも
it.
のだから
So,
この糸で
I want to
終
use
焉の
this
力
thread
を
to
引き
channel
出
the
した
power
い
of
の
finality and make
最
the
初の夢
cocoon,
を始まりに
starting
し
from
て
the first dream,
眉に星全体
weave
に
a dream
包
big
む
enough
夢
to
を
cover
合
the
わせたい
whole
んだ
planet. In the
夢
dream,
の世界
we
なら
might be able to break
終
free
焉
from
から逃げる
finality's
チャン
grip.
スでも
Still,
真実と虚妄が
with
逆転し
truth
て
and illusion
現
averted,
実と夢が入れ
reality
替
and
わった
dream
ら
swapped,
世界
and the
その
very
ものの定
definition
義が覆され
of
る
the world overturned.
そのせいで未来
I'm
に
afraid
いろんな
plenty
問
of
題が
trickery
発生すると思う
tricky new problems lie ahead.
怖くないの
Aren't you afraid?
怖いよ
I am.
でも
But I've got plenty of ways
恐
to
怖を
overcome
乗り
that
越える
fear.
方時間とか
With time itself, reliable friends, the
愛
love
と
we share,
感動を伝え合
and
う
the
とかね
warmth we hold in our hearts. And you, of course.
これは一時しのぎの作
This
戦
is
で
a stopgap,
セナディアが勝
a
手
cool
に決めたこと
Senatina made on her own. A
人類
great
の
dream
未来
when
全てをかけ
humanity's
た
only shot at the
未来を
future is
つか
to
むため
wager
の
all
大きな
futures.
夢この手でそれを成
As
した
humans
人
who
類と
personally
して
set this in motion,
全力
I'll
を
do
尽く
everything
し
I can
代償も
to
払う
shoulder the cost.
時間が停
In a
滞
place
す
where
る
time
うち
stands still
近畿
and
の
nothing is
場所
forbidden,
長い
lengthy
冒険と
adventure
一世一代の
and an
大爆死
unprecedented
は
attempt
こうして
have come to a
幕を閉じ
close. And then,
たそれからおや
oh,
その日
that day,
セナディ
Senadina
アは完
became a
璧な
flawless
神に
god.
なったそして
and you
あなたも決意し
silently
た
made your decision.
星が
No matter how the
移り
stars shift
夜が
or the
変わ
world
ろうと
turns, you'll protect
全力で
Senadina
セ
with
ナディアを
everything you
守
have.
る彼
Protect the
女の
love
愛
she
と
gave you,
笑顔
the smile she
そ
showed
して
you, and the great deeds humanity should
歴
remember
史
her
に
by.
刻まれるべき偉業を
So yeah, Layla, and by extent
永遠
us,
に
we're entropy. Oh, it's us. Back to us
こ
for a
の
bit.
過去を実際に経験した
After
今な
living
ら
through this past yourself,
もう他に選
I
択肢
think you
が
now
ないという
understand what
言
it
葉の意
means to have
味
no
を
other
理
choice.
解できたはずやっぱり
I knew it.
何らかの
For
理
some
由があっ
reason,
て
you can't do anything
あ
to me
なたは直
directly.
接
So you change tactics and try to make me choose death willingly.
セナディアがいなかったら
Without Senadina,
今
loose strong
の
as
惑
it
星
stands
は
today
存
wouldn't
在
exist.
しないの
I'm only a
彼女
shadow
の足
dragging
を
her
引っ
down.
張るだけの
If
彼は
sacrificing myself can bring her
彼
back,
女を
then
返
it'd
す
be a
ため
worthy
に
death.
あの馬鹿げた予
As
知
for
に
that
は
absurd prophetic
未来
dream,
の可能性の
it's
一つ
merely
に
one
過
possible
ぎない
future. Did you really
私
think
が本
I
物
had
を
done
利
the
用
same
して
with the real thing?
どういうこと
What?
空の果てま
A
で
great
無
tree
限に
stretching
育
into the
つ
sky
彼女に
infinitely
は
will inevitably bear unsightly
目
one
障
fruit.
りな悪い実がつ
If
く
you hadn't picked one up and cut it open,
あなたがそれを拾
Senadina
って切
would
り
have
開か
never
な
had
け
her
れば
mind stolen by it.
心を奪われた
Missed
セ
the
ナディア
valuable fruit. I
かつ
once
て
saw the
私
tree
は
bear.
レイラ
Layla.
賞賛じゃなくて
Well, you should keep in mind the cost of failure, not the odds of winning. Just being alive is a gamble against fate. Wasn't Senadina also betting on the future she longed for? Fortunately, I can still give her a second chance. That's what sets me apart from her. And I'm willing to take the risk. Isn't there some more roundabout difficult path? No one's life is worthless. Over 100 million of years, you had countless opportunities to try and save LeShuang yourself. Yet you quit so easily as if you were born to die. You're already strangely optimistic about the way things stand. You know better than anyone what I'm capable of when I'm a golden man. Oh, hi Vita! Senna. You dragged Senna into the respective dream too? True, for certain reasons I can't do anything to you directly. But who says you're the only one who can turn an opponent's strength against them? The more you resist delay, the more the retrospective dream adulterated with history imposes the pain wrought by endless recurring cycles on its true protagonist, and may even rend her already ethereal existence. The sector you cherish, left unlifted for so long, will also sink entirely into the tide of annihilation. Don't worry. Once the sacrifice is complete, we will become Senadina's new vessel, and Percy restore parts of her that you're missing. On this matter, you can place your absolute trust in me. Senadia's body bears tribal scars. Such hallucinations should never occur, not even once. Layla, you're the god of low string now. Do you have any idea what you're doing? Of course I do. Now that I've restored my connection with you, what could there possibly be that I don't already know? You enjoy the love Senadia gave to Layla, yet you selfishly wash your hands of all the mistakes Layla made. The Layla who has nothing left. What a convenient identity. Think it over. I'm willing to give you time. Senadia and LeShuang won't. Since we first met, there's less and less a god can do, isn't there? To complete sacrifice. Leia was even willing to trade lifting the sector for restoring the connection between her and Krona, which I had mostly severed. Little did she know, it also handed me another chance to torment her. The connection is nearby. Don't worry about the giant robot. Don't worry about it. Can't think of it. I can't mess with Layla's mind as roughly as I did last time. It'd be a real pain if she figured out I was the one behind all this. The person behind this is the very person she killed with her own hands not long ago. For I look... let's look closely before I strike. Hacking away blindfolded would be rather unintelligent. So, this is what the connection really looks like. There were this many shadow monsters guarding the connection last time. What's the matter? Already scared of my little games? Robot time! The threads of connection reach past the eye of Bodhi's view. This means I won't get to see it firsthand, so blind to sight of the attack commencing with her mind. Still, eavesdropping on her screams of pain is a delight in its own right. I'll be gentle as possible, but it's still gonna hurt. gently sever the connection.
ちょっと痛いよ。
Bonk. I'm just gonna rip shreds in the universe to it.
ホームにずっといたのに。夢追い。また抵抗する気。早速身代わりが現れるなんてラッキーだね。もう少し我慢して。今助けるから。
I'm sorry, I'm taking my headset off for a minute,
スタージャンパー。
so I can't tell when they're talking.
失われた世界に沈むがいい。
So weird that Himiko is getting that net.
消えて星を落ちて。すべては僕の手の中に。
Punch it, Chewie.
怒らないで。星を落ちて安らかに呼んで。愚かな。私の後を追わないの。すっごい支配欲だ。君みたいな子はみんな嫌われるよ。お疲れ。星を落ちて安らかに呼んで。
Skadoosh.
最後なんだし。
And I guess. Ciao, I guess.
私から雲を吸収してる。
I'll let this play, but I gotta find something. A little box somewhere.
の意味もない。
What do you do?
自分を救うのもセナディアを解放するのも不可能。
Huh, I can't find it.
セナさんはもう逃げたのに。なぜ
Senadine
レイラが
has
そん
already
なことを。
escaped. Why would Layla say that?
それに
Another strange thing is, if my attacks were the root, the cause of
攻
Layla's
撃が終
pain,
わったら何かしらの反応を
she
示
should
す
have reacted in some way when I stopped.
なのに彼女は
But instead, she pointed out
ず
that
っ
Corona
と
has
そこ
been
を
absorbing the
吸収して
retrospective
いる
dream
夢
all
追い
along,
人に目を向けた。
as if my attacks on the connection were never
つ
directed
な
at
がり
Layla
に
at
対
all.
する攻撃。じゃあ
Then,
僕の攻撃は一体
where are
どこ
my
へ。
attacks gone?
うん。
Gasp. Once a person became aware that a blind spot existed, they inevitably turned their attention to it. As most people do, so to avoid the hazards that may emerge from their blind spots. A rare few, however, choose to confront them, determined to prove that their field of vision has no blind spots. Otherwise, how could she, the bearer of the Eye of Bodhi, have misattributed the connection under the influence of illusion, and only realized the truth after reducing it to a mere thread? The connection wasn't between Corona and Layla at all. It is between the first sector and someone else's life. As for the other person is... Well, well.
東大元暮
So
らし
far,
か。
so near.
教えて、セナさ
Tell
ん。
me, Miss Senna,
僕との
are you
昔
truly
話
so
は
troubled by the
そんな
thought
に
of
苦痛だったの？
reunited with me?
一刻も
So
早く
troubled that you
自分の
urged
二
me
度
to
目
set
の
out your
命に
second life
死へのカウントダウンを
on a
セットす
countdown
る
to
ほど。
death? Huh?
私が嘘つきだって気づい
Even
てか
after
ら
you found me,
ビタさん
Fanart
は
was a
今ま
liar,
で
Miss
私
Vita.
を見なくなった
You
ね。
never look at me that way.
直接答えを除く
Spelling
なんて
the
一番
answers
つまらない
outright is
だ
the
ろ。
biggest buzzkill.
つながりに
In
と
the
どめを
world,
刺すの
there's
は同じ
also
さ。
dealing final blow to the connection.
つながりは
Since the
さっき
connection's
の
already
僕の
collapsing
攻
from
撃
my
で
earlier
崩れか
attack,
けている。
why should I put any more
これ
effort
以上
to
わざわ
hasten
ざ
your
君の
death?
死をだからセナさんが
So,
何も話せなくなる
Before you
前に
become unable to end,
さっきの
utter
続
another
きを
word,
話
Miss
そう。
Senna,
昔
how
話
about
を
we
す
pick
る
up a
んだ。
discussion and catch up for a bit?
そうだね。
I say we
僕
just
の
start
目の前にい
with
る
just exactly
君は
who are you
一体誰
standing
なの
before
か
me, shall we?
という。私はセナディア。
I'm Senadina, and also a spirit whose physical form has perished.
レイラに
My
無理やり
bound
コード
to
に引き
defeat
止め
my
られてい
Layla
る
against my will.
魂。
Oh, one second, guys.
セラちゃんの力を借りたの。
Through little Sarah's power,
そうやって
I learned everything that
夢追い
Cronus saw
人
in
が
my
私の
retrospective
ソコー
dream,
ムで見たすべてと
and all that happened on the dream
夢
seeking
追いの
journey.
旅で起きたいろんな出来事を知ったんだ。真実は
The truth is,
確かに残酷
it's
だったけど、
incredibly cruel,
その
but
お
it
か
does
げ
give
で
me a much clearer idea
自
of what
分
I'm
にできる
capable
ことを
of.
すぐ一縷の望みのた
To
めに
seize that silver
みんなは
sliver
勝
of
とう
hope,
として全力を注いだ。
everyone poured their energy into winning.
でも
But
神
as a
様
god,
は
I have to think
もっ
further
と
ahead,
先のことを考え
and
な
that
く
means
ちゃなら
preparing
な
for
い。
failure too.
そ
As the saying goes, experience at the floor of ability, understanding sets its ceiling. If the Feng is what allows spirits to exist, as long as I'm in the Feng, I can do whatever a spirit can.
自分の光を譲
Like
り
giving
渡
up
し
your own light to make the
コード
Thing
を
really
新たな光
weaken.
源にして助けを
Summoning
許す
helps that way.
でも
But
そ
to
うす
pull
る
that
に
off, you'd have to break
長い
the
時間
body
をかけて
apart.
再び一つになった体
Break
を
apart
切
the
り
body,
離
it
さ
took
な
so
けれ
long
ば
to come together.
容易にできる
That's
こと
no
じ
easy
ゃないよ
feat.
ね
実はね
Little Senna still pulled it off. Before Krona entered the Dragon's Lair, she reversed the power of union and created a gap for me to break apart my own existence.
その隙間は
This gap kept widening as the retrospective dream pulled at me,
それに
and
そこをも
Krona's
吸収
consistent
し
constant
続けてきた
absorption of the
夢追い
dream
人のおかげ
opened
で
up a path wide enough
私
for me
が
to
抜
slip
け出せ
away.
る通路もできたの
They're the reason I managed to escape narrowly.
まだそこをむの
As
中
for
に
Senatina, still in the retrospective
レイラに
dream,
疑われないよ
she's
う
just a
に
beam of light among many I left behind to keep Layla from suspecting anything.
つまり僕の目の
Looks
前
like
にいる
Miss
セナさん
Senna
と
in
同
front
じ
of
よ
me
う
is
な
the
存
same
在
kind
な
of
の
existence.
どこに
Rather
で
than
もある
being
のいいよ
omnipresent, especially just to gain
今
trust
ま
by
での
appearing as
セナディ
Senatina
アの姿で
people
現れ
now.
た方が
どこにでも
Omnipresent?
ここはホードであり
This place is both D-Thing and a world bathed in afterglow. Fuck. Here we go
私の
again.
記憶や
My
感情
memories, my
構
feelings,
成するすべて
even
が
everything that makes me who I am will be laid bare the moment I pass on my light.
だから私は
So no matter
どん
who
な
comes
人
to
が
help,
助けに来てくれたとして
I
も
can find the right way to
相
guide
手
them
に気づかれない
without
よう
them
に
even
行動
noticing
できる
into severing my connection with
私と
D-Thing,
ホードのつながりを切
fundamentally
って
erasing the
生
purpose
贄
of
って
my
いう目
sacrifice.
的を
自分ではそのつながりを
Why
断
can't
ち
you
切
do
れ
this
ない
yourself?
光を譲
That's
り
the
渡
point of
すってい
passing
う
on the
行
light.
為自体に意
And you
味
just
が
saw
あるから
what it can do, Miss Vida.
誰かに助け
With
ら
a
れた
helping
夢
hand,
追い人
Krona and
セナディ
Sinatia
アは
regained their
自
freedom.
由を他人に任せられない
Since I
以上
couldn't leave it to
ミ
anyone
スを
else,
つくしか
I
ない
tried to convince myself that severing the connection was a good thing.
つながりを断つ行為が
Anything but
メリットだらけ
something
の
to
きっ
feel
かけに
guilty
見える
about.
ようにでも
It's a shame I
こ
didn't
ん
know
な
my
特
help
別
had
な
such
目を持つ
special
助っ
eyes.
人が
何のためらいもなく神の命を奪える助っ人だけどね
And a heart that wouldn't feel the slightest emotion at ending a god's life.
セナさん
Miss Senna, the
僕
way I
とし
see
て
it,
は
stopping out
君
your
の最
last
後の
life
光を
is
消し去るこ
purely
とにはメリッ
beneficial.
トしかないんだ甘い小細
You
工は
can
お断り
keep
する
those
よ
naive little thoughts to yourself.
それでも
But I should formally
まずは
apologize
真
to
相
you
に気づい
first.
たあなたに
Since you
謝ら
know
な
the
きゃ
truth, Miss Vida, I'm sorry.
違う
Wrong.
それは人
That
生の
line
最
would be
後
more
に口に
fitting as
すべ
your
き
last
言葉だよ
words. Wasn't it a bit
言う
early
には
for
ま
that?
だ早い
今言わないと
The later I say it, the angrier you'll be, Miss Vida.
誰が怒ったの
Who says I'm angry?
怒ってないのビタさんの言葉
I can feel the suspended vehemence in your words, Miss Vida. It comes from knowing how I deceived and misled your eyes, and from my rushing to die, even skipping bidding you farewell. But the doomsday countdown has left us with far too little time. I believe Krona can break free on her own. But she has no idea how long it'll take, or if Lushron can hold out till then. Faced with such a predicament, will she keep grasping at straws or give in to Layla for a guaranteed path to salvation? Even I can't say. All I know is I have to move faster. Faster still. Even if outside helps sever the connection between Krona and Layla, it would only resolve the immediate crisis. Keeping it, on the other hand, leaves us a leash to rein Layla in down the line. Besides, even if I became a god again, I couldn't give Lushron a way forward. A false god in borrowed body would only leave it to drag out a hopeless existence until it's destined to destruction. So I implore you to quickly deliver the final blow to the connection. D-Thing uses to sever this soul of mine. Now's the moment to decide who wins.
時じゃない
It's not just a moment.
影の内側から戻ってき
On
た
my
の
way
ね
back from within the shadow,
君たち
I
が
noticed
持
that
ってい
curious
る
little box of yours.
週末を
It
予言
predicts
でき
when
る不思議
Doomsday
な箱の
arrives.
それが示した時間
The countdown said there are 3 hours left.
まあそんなこ
But
とより
those 3
大
hours
事な
aren't
の
the
は
point. The
カウ
point
ン
is,
トダウンが逆
it's
転
reversed into a count
カウン
up.
トアップになってい
And
るん
now
だ
it's ticking to 4 hours.
気になってその
Out of
変化の道
curiosity, I
筋を
traced the
辿って
thread
みた
behind the change all the way back to the source.
面白い発
Guess
見があ
what?
ってね
If guiding me to
君は
sever the
未来の可
connection
能性を
was to
勝ち
secure
取る
an
ために
impossibility of the future,
僕につながりを
then
断ち切
Krona
らせ
absorbing
る
the retrospective dream to accumulate
一
the
方で
power.
そこをも
to make
吸
this
収している
possibility a
夢追い
reality.
人でもセナさんの言葉通
Just
り
you said,
夢追い人は
Krona's
視界が
perspective is
かな
quite
り狭くな
limited.
っている
And the feedback she
フィード
receives
バッ
is
クも
next
ろ
to
くに
nothing.
感じ取れていない。
She could give up any moment.
幸いたとえそうなったとしても
Luckily,
僕た
if
ち
she
には
ever
まだ
does,
3時間
we'll
もあ
have
る。
3 hours.
3時間。
3 hours.
どこぞの
When a
代
certain
理人として
agent
は
really
その
fired
点では
up,
世界
that's
の泡
more
の
than
文
enough to
明を
wipe out
10個も終
civilization
わら
in
せられ
10 bubble
る時間だよ。
universes.
まあ
Surely it's also enough for
死に
you
際
to
の
show
君
me
に案
around
内し
in
て
your
もらうだ
dying
けなら足り
moments.
る。
What do you
ど
mean
う
by
いう
that?
意味？
ああ、
Miss,
現状を真
and,
剣に考えていたら
after giving
星
our
が
current
消滅
situation
す
some
る前の
serious
最後
thought,
の姿を
I
見に
feel an
行きつけた
ever-growing
くなって
urge
き
to
た
take
よ。
one last good look at the planet before I perish.
最初の街を
Oh, it
観光する
perishes,
だけでもいいん
even
だ
if it's just touring its first city.
ビタさん、
Miss Vida, this is no time for jokes.
ねえセナさん、
Say,
もし
How do
僕
you think
が
Layla would
君に
react
し
if
た
she
こと
knew
に
what I
レイラ
did
が
to
気づ
you?
いたら
Would she
ど
drop
んな
everything
反
and
応
rush
するだろ
over?
うね。
Going on to
すぐ
greater
片付け
lengths to undo this like a
君が
death
苦
he
労
worked
して
so
招
hard
い
to
た
bring about?
二度
私を
Am I
脅して
being
る。
threatened? It's a
真摯な
sincere
お誘いだよ。
invitation from a villain.
人
あなた、
You.
分かったよ。
I understand, Miss Vida. And so, trivial troubles and lingering anxieties were casually tossed aside by Vida, only to be explicitly blended into Senadina's final days. It is counting up, my god.
この人たちは
What's going on with these people?
週末が立て続け
With
に迫って
apocalypses
きたから、
happening here and there,
高度の人
Hilda
たち
T
は
Thang still live in
まだ普通の
sanctuaries
生
and
活
haven't
に
been able
戻
to
れず
return
に
to
い
their
る
normal
の。
lives here. The people here are
この
just
避難所にいる人た
manifestations of
ちは
my memories.
彼らのほとんどは
Most of them already made their wishes
自
come
分
true.
の願いを叶えて
Though, back then, they never imagined they'd one day become the gods granting their own
私が
wishes.
へえ。
せっかく来たんだか
Since
ら
you're here, Miss Vida,
ビタさんも
would you like to write down a wish too?
セナさんが叶えてくれるなら
Only if you wish nothing to grant it.
いいよ、書いて。
Go ahead, I'm willing.
私がてはい、願い
Here's a wishing ribbon and a pen. Remember to sign your name when writing down your wish. Oh, sorry, sneeze. Putting on a thoughtful expression, Vida kept running her fingers over the blank wishing ribbon, as if it carried some unspoken emotion. It came from someone staring at the wish ribbon down, trying to hurry herself into finishing.
セナさん、
Miss Senna,
一つ質
I have a
問してもいいかな。
何？
what is it?
最後って
Do I really have to add
必ず
the I wish for
神
Lady
様が
Senna's
健
good
やかであ
health
り
and
ます
happiness
よ
at
う
the
にっ
end?
て書か
それはみん
That's
な
what
が。
everyone.
別に
That's
書か
not
なくてもいい。
necessary.
どうして
Why is it necessary?
だって決まり
It's
と
not
か
a
じゃな
rule.
いから。
It's not showing their
みんな
care.
が私
It's
の
them
ことを
showing their
気
care
に
for
かけ
me.
て。
なるほど。
I see.
じゃあセ
And
ナ
then
さ
what do
ん
you think my wish is, Senna?
私がその質問に答える
Is
こ
me
と。
having to answer the question, the wish you want fulfilled, Miss Vida?
そう
I
と
think it
も
could
言え
be.
なら
Then forgive my
失礼か
bluntness.
もしれないけ
I
ど。
don't think you have a wish at all.
というより、
Or
願いを
maybe
完全
your
に叶
past
え
wish
た
came
後
true
に
so
感じる
perfectly
の。
that everything since so
その
dull
後
in
に出会ったあ
comparison.
らゆるだからあなたは
Later,
新しい
chasing
楽
the
しみ
sun
として
flashes of light
刹那の
became your
輝
new
きを追いかける
pastime.
ようになっ
You
た。
wanted to see if
あの
one
願いよ
could
りも眩
blaze
しい
up
光
brighter
を
than
放って
that
くれる
wish.
かどうかが知り
And
た
you
く
didn't
て、
care if it burnt
た
out
とえ一瞬で消えても
after
気にせずに。
after.
一理あるね。
I suppose that
でも
makes
なんだ
sense.
か
But it also
絶
sounds
対
like
絶
some
命の時に
acquisition.
黙って見ているだけの
Are
僕を
you
責めて
accusing
い
me
るよ
of
う
the
に
awful
聞こ
crime
え
of
る
staying
よ。
by and watching when disaster is imminent?
リタさんは黙って見て
You
る
weren't
とか
staying
じゃ
by
ない
Miss
よ
Vida,
ね。
you were just stalling for
ただ
time.
おや
By the way,
急にあの
I
小さな木に
suddenly
願い
let's
札
tie
を
wishing
結びた
ribbon
くな
to
って
a
きた。
little tree.
時間が経てば
Say,
空白の願い
Do
札にも
you
何かが
think
増え
time
る
will
か
add
な。
anything to a blank wishing ribbon?
待って、何をするつもり？
What are you going to do?
だってほら、あの大
Look,
きな
that
木
big
にはもう
tree
た
has so
く
many
さん
wishing
の願い
ribbons
札が
tied
結
to
ばれ
it.
ているだろう。
Even if I wrote my
名
name
前を
on
書いた
one,
としても、
finding it
僕
would
の
be
方
tough.
がここに結べば
If I
絶
tie
対
it
に
here,
間違
there's
えたり
no
しな
way
い。
they'll get mixed up.
これは私とレイラが一緒に植えた木な
This
の。
is the little tree that Layla and I planted together.
へえ、
Huh?
願い札を結び
You
た
want
い
to
な
tie
ら
a wishing ribbon to it?
私とレイラの許可が必
You
要
must
よ。
get permission from little Layla and me.
実を言うと、
Truth be
僕に
told,
は
I've
7
seen
人の可愛
several
い
for
弟と
adorable
妹
young
がいるね
siblings, so I know exactly how kids
子
think.
供のことはよくわかっているんだ
Twin,
願い
whenever
札
a
を結ばせ
kid
てくれない
who
子を
won't let me
説
tie a
得す
wishing
るなら
ribbon.
こう
I
言えば
only
いい
need
の
say
さ
three sentences.
リネーさんは
V is a new
君の
friend
大
of
好
your
きな
absolute
セナ
favorite
ディア
person,
の新
Senatina.
しいお友達なんだ
I know some of Senatina's
君の知らない
secrets
セ
deep
ナディ
down.
アの秘密も知
You
っ
want
て
to
いる
know
よ
where they are? Just let me
だ
tie
か
a
ら
wishing ribbon
そ
to
れ
the
を
little
教
tree
え
you
る代わり
planted
に
with her.
君とか
それ以前に
Miss Vita, what I mean is,
私は
no.
大人の独占欲って本
Adults
当
can be
に
so
怖いね
terrifyingly possessive.
ところで君の記
So
憶
it
が
came
各
to
地
me
で
that if
具
your
現化
memories
し
of
ているなら
manifesting onto
セナ
things,
さんをもっと知
when
れ
I
る
get
は
to
ずだ
know
よ
you even
ね
better,
これが
それで私たちがもっと
getting
協
to know
力
me
し合え
better
るならい
better
いん
improves
だ
our
けど
teamwork, then that would be ideal.
だから焦らないでわお
Wow.
全言撤回
I take that
こ
back.
れ
This
は
really
焦
is
ってもいい
urgent, Miss
事態よね
Senna.
セナさん
Miss Senna?
何
What is it?
え
Huh? What did you say?
なんでもない
Do you have a question for Miss Vita?
聞きたいの
別に
Oh, nothing. I just felt like saying your name.
冗談
Just
だ
kidding.
よ
I do have a question.
聞きたいことがあるのは本当
If I get this on camera, could I be
Ne.
voted to win with
こ
best
の光景を
memorial
写
award
真
for
に
the day?
収め
そういうのは
You'd have to ask
フォロー
everyone
見
anything
聞いて
about that.
私は
You only
意
get
見
one
しか持
vote,
ってない
so
から何も決めら
I
れない
can't.
よ
I only get one vote, so I can't decide on my own.
なるほどじゃあ聞いて
Since
み
you
よう
said so, I'll go
そ
ahead
こ
and
のおちび
ask.
ちゃん
Excuse
君
me,
はど
kiddo.
う
What do you
思う
think?
ビタさん変なこと言
Vita,
わ
don't you dare say anything weird to her.
へえ
Oh.
セナさんにも
I
そ
didn't
んな
know you had
一
this
面があ
side
るん
to
だ
you.
フォードって本当にサプライズだらけだねセナさん
Things are wonderful place for Spider-Man in any corner. Don't you agree?
おっと早
See?
速次
We
の
meet
サプラ
again.
イズの出番みたいだ
ビタさん
Miss Vita,
言いたいこ
if
と
you
があ
have
る
something
の
to say, just say it.
言いたいこと
What I mean is, either way,
そうだ
Crow's
ね
absolutely smitten with you. And you
どんな夢追い人も
well,
君のこと
enjoying
は
every
大
minute
好
of
き
it.
なんだねとかもちろん一番
Of
言い
course,
た
what
い
I
の
want to
は
most say is these words to
セ
you.
ナ3時間じゃ何
3 hours
決め
can
られ
determine
ないでしょ
anything.
決められるのは
Or
いつだっ
can't
て
determine anything.
あ
Can
なた
only
が決まった
decide
と
whether
思い
you,
込んだものだ
whether you
け
think
かな
has been decided.
正直に言うと
Honestly, Miss Vita, you're the type of person I have the hardest time dealing
拍
with.
子もない思考回路を
Can't
して
keep
る
up
か
the way
ら
your
何
mind jumps
を思って
around.
るのか全然わ
And I
からない
can't
し
quite ever tell what you're
私
thinking.
の感情も行動もすぐあな
Even
た
my
の
own
影響を
feelings
受
and
け
actions get pulled along by you.
あなたはまるで
You're like a hunter in a game of tag, always tossing out your
い
items
つ
when
も
your
獲
prey is
物が
completely
油
off
断してる
guard.
隙に道具を
Just to
投
watch
げ
them
て
scramble around and
パニッ
make
クになっ
fools
て
of
騒ぐ
themselves.
姿を
Let me
でも
guess,
その
Miss
次
Vita.
に君は
A
タ
bird
ガ
is
って
coming
つけた
next. But the moment the prey calms down, they realize
落
the
ち着い
items
た
the
獲物
hunter
た
tossed
ち
was
は
just
す
a
ぐ
common
に気づ
twig.
くのだってビタさん
Because you aren't a hunter at all. You're just a
森の
gust of
空
wind
き地を
passing
通り
through
過
the
ぎただ
forest
けの
clearing.
一筋
どうやらセナさんも冷
Looks
静
like
にな
you've
れたみ
calmed
たいだ
down.
ね
We're just carried away by this wind.
私は
釣
Don't
れ
be
な
so
いな
distant.
あ
Should
も
we
う
earn a
少し
bit more,
案内
won't
して
you?
くれ
こっち
Oh, what, Senna? What are you doing over there?
浮いてるよスタージャンパーパワー全開
Tony Hawks.
ナハラ
Narla.
Layla も
Even
助けたんだ
you even saved little Layla. Clearly, the Narl and the Layla were not manifestations of memory, but a moment frozen in time. After Layla and the Observer were locked in a stalemate, all data life forms inside the original sector inevitably froze in that moment. The almost cruel truth behind the word replica was thus laid bare before the two of them. An intimate embrace, tearful eyes, and a warm greeting. Such is the form of all reunions in the world. However, having passed on her life and broken apart into physical form, Senatina could no longer do something so simple. What Vita saw was merely the overlapping of the illusionary and the material, a bizarre sight akin to clipping often seen in video games.
確かに見
Now
逃
that's
せな
not
い
a
景
sight
色
to be
だね
missed.
最初の街を案
Miss
内
Vita,
してって
I was
いう
going to
ビ
show
タさ
you
んの
around the
お
first
願
bit
い
of
に仕
Susor.
方なく
So
付
that's
き合
your
ってあげ
pick,
てる
the
んだから
route takes you to the person who you want to see.
そうは言うけどね。
Even if these
仮
data
に
life
ここの
forms
デ
are
ータ
lucky
生
enough
命
to
体た
live
ち
until
は
the very end,
最後まで
You'll never know what you
生
just
き延びられ
did.
た。
ピタさんは
You trying to discuss the meaning of life with me, Miss Vita?
まさか。
No.
一つ物語
I'd like to tell you a story.
昔
A traveler once visited a city called the
あ
White
る
City.
旅素直な性
With
格
her
と
outgoing
情熱
personality
的
and
な
her
振る
friendly
舞いのお
demeanor,
かげで
the traveler quickly
旅
won
人
the
は
citizens'
すぐにみん
hearts.
なに信
No
頼
one
される
forget
よ
her
うに。
beautiful face and sweet words.
彼女の
Wherever
綺
she
麗
went,
な顔と
laughter
声は
followed.
しかし
But a
旅
traveler
人
in the end
は
is
あ
a
くまで
traveler.
旅人だ。
She would move on and on.
その旅は
While
果
those
て
who
し
loved
な
her
く
wouldn't.
続く後に
Later,
旅
a
人
girl
は
told
あ
the
る
traveler
少女
about
か
an old
ら
man in the White City
白の町に
whose
いた
final
老人
regret
の
was tied
話
to
を
her.
聞いた。
Something she had no memory of.
旅人が持ってき
The
た
old
花
man
茶は美味
regretted
しかっ
that
た。
before passing away,
次
he
は
had
も
never
っと
told
持
the
ってきて
traveler
ほ
how
しいと
lovely her
か
flower tea was.
生前
And then
に
he
伝
hoped
え
she
られ
could
なか
bring
った
some
と
more
老
next time.
人。そんな話を聞い
What
た
do you think
旅
the
人は
traveler
どう
would
した
do
と
after hearing
思う？
something like that?
花茶を持って
I was hoping the traveler would bring some flower tea to the old man's grave, but she probably didn't even bother to pick up the flowers.
彼女は
ひどい言われようだね。
That breaks the
旅人が
traveler's
傷つく
heart,
よ。
Miss Senna.
何のためらいもなく
Would a
神の
heart that
命を奪
doesn't
えるよ
feel
うな
single
人が
emotion
その程度の
ending a
言葉で
god's
傷
life
つくの？
truly be wounded by such words? Truth be
確かに
told,
そうだね。
the traveler feels a little
旅
attachment to
人
the
は
White
白の
City,
町にそれほど未練を
even if
抱い
less
ていなかっ
interest
た
in
し、
tasting tea.
お茶をするような趣味もなか
Back
った。
then, she was only collecting
あの
favors
時
to
に
make
そう
things
したの
easier
は
for herself
本を
later
売
on.
って、でもそれを知った
Upon
彼女
learning
は
this,
老
she
人が
decided
美
to
味し
try
い
the
と言
flower
って
tea
い
the
た
old man
花
spoke
茶
so
を。
highly of.
まあ残念なこと
What a
に
pity.
花茶を飲んだ
After
結果、
drinking the flower tea, she
お茶に
really
対して興
reconfirmed
味は
the
ないっ
fact
て
she had
再
no
確認し
interest
た
in
だ
the
けだっ
tea.
たけどね。
The story ends here. The significance of the
物語はここで
traveler
終わ
goes
り
no
だよ。
further than that.
どうかな？
But I
旅
feel
人
like
の
the
知らない
significance
と
has
ころ
already
で
sprouted
そ
somewhere
の
and
意
the
義
traveler
とや
didn't
ら
know
が生
about
まれ
it.
て、
Oh,
まず老
first,
人の心
there
残
was a
りを
girl
聞い
who
た
had
少
the
女
old
になっ
man's
て、
regrets.
それ
She
は
took
確
them
か
to
な記
heart
憶になったでし
and
ょ？
honored his wishes,
彼女は
told
老
them
人
to the
との約
traveler
束を果たして、
exactly as they were.
それに
And
旅
the
人
traveler,
の意義を語る
she
つ
never
もりは
talks
ない
about
っ
its
て言った の
significance, but
に、
she never
笑
told
顔
me
で
her
その
story
経
without
験
a
を聞かせ
smile.
てくれた。
I never she's tired of telling you.
と彼女は飽きず
And when the
に、
moment is right
い
again,
つか
she'll
ま
probably
た
tell
気が
it to
向
someone
いた
else.
時、もしかしたら
Maybe
今
the
の
story
出来事
unfolding
も
right now is among
い
the
ずれは
stories the
旅人
traveler
が
has yet
語
to
る
share.
物語。
語る価値があ
Whether
る
it's
か
a
どうか
short
は
story
瀬
worth
名さん次第
sharing
だね。
depends on how
この
much you
物語
let me
を豊
uncover
かに
us
す
to
るた
flesh
め
out
に
the story. As she stepped a little closer to the girl, as she stepped a little closer to the girl, held protectively in Darlab's arms, she noticed a bright glimmer in the child's eyes. In that frozen moment, the girl still believed she could enter Darlab's heart with just a touch, and hope would stretch endlessly into the future from that gentle contact. But reality had other plans.
レイラを育てていく
I
中
know
で
that raising little
君
Layla
は
brought
与
you
え
the
る
joy of
喜びを
giving.
知った。
It's also a
その
process
喜
of
びで
healing
自身の
yourself
過
and
去を
revealing
癒
your
し、
past.
彼女は愛の中心に。人生で最も特別な場所に置き、大切に思う気持ちを隠すことなく周囲に伝えた。
You placed her at the center of your love, letting her hold to the most special place in your life, not even trying to hide it from others as much as you cherish her.
なのに、
So,
君にとって一番
don't
大
you want to
切な
say
人、
anything about the
君
change
の可愛
awaiting
い
the
レイラ
person
が
most important to
未
you?
来で変わったこ
Your
とについて
little Layla.
何か感
Intentional or not, the question easily pierced Santina's guard that had dulled during their conversation. And so her thoughts trickled, drop by drop, into a past long steeped in bitterness.
セナディア、私が大人になったらどんな人になると思う？
Senadina, what kind of person do you think I'll be when I grow up?
え？
Huh?
どうして急にそんなことを聞く
I
の？
asked that all of a sudden,
だって、
because I don't want to.
とにかく
Just
答えて。
answer me now!
なるべく具体
Also,
的に想
Senina,
像して。
you should try picturing in more detail.
セナディアより
Like whether you want me to be
背が伸びる
taller
の
or
か
stronger than you, or whether I should keep my glasses
健康
grey,
に
things
な
like
るのが
that.
私の可愛い
My
レイ
little
ラちゃん。
Layla. That's not
それは
picturing
想像
anymore,
っ
that's
ていうよ
basically
り
customizing.
本当に指定できた
If
ら
I
いい
could
の
really be
かな。
customized, that would be a good thing.
私は
I am a shadow after
所
all.
詮
What gets formed from a shadow is always the object
影に
illuminated by
形
light.
を与え最初
At first, I was Luke Shaw's shadow. After you came, I became your shadow. And now I live in the thing. Although the people are very nice to me and I like them all, each person is so different. If you use the godly thing, how can you imagine my changes might come with fewer surprises? Is the surprise the color black? Yeah, but white isn't necessarily a color that everyone likes either. Hello Layla, black or white, it doesn't really matter. Whatever changes come our way, we will welcome surprises with a smile and face mishaps calmly. What matters is that Senatina will accept all of Layla's colors. What matters is that one day, by fully diving into this imperfect world, you'll become an irreplaceable version of yourself. Looks like the question hit a nerve. Yeah, but that's exactly why I can't run away. Miss Vita, I just like the answer you had in mind when you asked that question. Even after I mentally prepared myself, I couldn't stay calm when I saw little Layla with my own eyes. Because you never imagined Layla would become like that? Everyone's imagination leans a certain way, myself included. But still, even that is a possible future. Maybe the Layla I dreamt of, who was so much like that child, was a sign of this possibility. She always had this, always suppressed herself. Only in that moment of waking from the dream did she, for the first and last time, tell me how she truly felt. You can blame her, but Nara and Latos from True History are dead, after all. As for Seraphim, even if Layla dared open up, would Seraphim dare to respond? She'd probably be torn apart by Layla's gravity before she could even get a few words out. Having nowhere to vent her loneliness is certainly one reason she changed. But in our conversation, I sensed an obsession that runs deeper than loneliness. The obsession both denies the disappointment of the present and resists the fear of the future. Beyond dispelling corruption, the anger forged from my own body was always meant to hold a power that future generations could wield freely. The obsession drove Layla to strip away those possibilities, just so she could return to the past she longed for. That goes against hopes for Lushon, and a notion I possibly can't accept. Back to Lushon, there's no point in either of us arguing over who's right. What we really should do is free the planet we still love from the system, and let it decide its own future. Something like you're dropping hints again for me to hurry up and do something. I am. Since you already know, Miss Vita, we might as well pick up the pace and continue sightseeing the thing. Done with reminding your family, and now it's people's turn? I don't need reminders anymore, I just want to see him one more time. With barely any time left on the Doomsday Countdown, even Candy Sweet couldn't help panic. But you still tried your best to maintain order, just because of that. Promise to be a good stand-in spokesperson for the stand-in girl. As for the Senna you trusted so much, she couldn't really do anything for you in the end. Whether it was about your parents or what happened in real history. You must have been terrified when you woke up, facing a completely unfamiliar world with nothing to your name. Even though that version of you is and the you right here can't hear me, I still want to tell you. Yugen didn't let anyone down. She did everything she possibly could. What's more, she raised a child who's every bit as remarkable as herself. Did you entrust the adventure notes that Krona gave you? A beam of light can't hold on to something that's precious. Living with little Sarah is the best choice. But what's this light coming from the book? With a hint of confusion, she reached out. If you can hear this message, Senna, it means this is the last time we'll meet. Little Sarah. How the story will end. That's what's troubled me the most since I started writing it. It's a bit embarrassing to admit, when I write a story, I also imagine the person who will read it. This person might be sensitive and thoughtful, or cheerful and outgoing, or a little weary or troubled to do something. What kind of ending are they expecting? And will the ending I write satisfy? Whenever I think about this, I feel a little afraid. If I could, I really wish time would stop here. That way the story would never end. Such a story would carry such a regret heavier than fear itself. Now I'm about to write the ending of Senadina's story, and eventually it'll be read by everyone in D-Thing. Even though I'm really scared, I know that before the story's writer, I'm its very first character. Whatever others might think, the ending I long for is at least one down for me who lives in the story. So I want to give my favorite character this story, my dearest Senna, a chance to decide her own ending. I'll record the ending of Senadina writes, in the entirety in Krona's notebook. You know, scribbling in someone else's notebook isn't exactly a good habit. Well, the adventure notes were previously called expedition notes. Huh? Once the great dream was woven, reality became a raw material for it. And under the rules implied by the cocoon, contradictions are forced into balance. And since expedition notes recorded the great dream could contain, it turned into a blank notebook. While visiting a lone skiff constructed of the pseudo-time crystal, she had once heard a vision of a new world. If you bring all of humanity's dreams together, the result would be a giant whose form resembles a planet. A desert sage named Adam Runai, which is spiritual Adam in your language. By Vita's time, this vision had already turned to ash. But who could have foreseen that a billion years later, long before civilizations had ever emerged on the second, third planets, someone had already used a far simpler way to shape a dream as massive as a planet, one capable of sustaining human life. The way I see it, the so-called Great Dream is merely a fancier name for a giant bubble universe. In the end, you took your companions and jumped from the proper world into another dimension. You escaped the ravages of endlessness, only to face the Sea of Quanta's corruption someday. By the way, on my home planet, it's called the Abyss. Earthlings like to call it Honkai. Miss Vita, you don't seem the least bit surprised about what I've done. If you knew what the parent of mine did, what she made me do, you wouldn't be wondering why. But I'm guessing that when you brought Layla back to the camp and told your companions what happened, they must have been utterly shocked. And you've been carrying that guilt ever since, up to this very day. Because what happened that day became a secret all of you would carry to your graves, kept from the people of Shuang. You even heavily embellished the story you told Sa. The people of Shuang don't actually live on the Shuang. For someone like little Yuyun, who yearns to see the world, this is just too cruel. Working to preserve humanity can hardly be considered cruel. You've undergone true cruelty long ago. It's precisely because I've undergone it that I hope they never have to. Then, the corruption you've endured from Sea of Data is the smallest price among the cruelties wrought by the Great Dream's weaving. Have you told anyone about this? Still going. It's starting to go on a bit now for my brain. Oh. Oh my, what a lovely view! Huh? Since your memory's not appearing for me so much, all Vita should be thankful for me not to do a little reenactment.
度は何をする
What are you up to now? Finally finished today's work. Time to treat myself for working so hard tonight. I'm gonna reward myself by soaking up little Layla's energy.
君
So
も
you're
かい
also
ビタさん、そろ
Miss
そろ
Vita.
別の場
There's
所へ行
really nothing here to see. Let's go.
どう考
My
えろ
thoughts exactly.
これが
Robot!
を一
I
人
keep
で
summoning because I keep thinking it's Dash. It's not Dash.
へえ面白い組み合わせだね
Oh, one interesting pair.
せっかくリトストが帰ってきて
Once the toss is finally back, and I finally dragged Nana out of the house.
久しぶりの
They
二
haven't
人
seen each other in ages. Don't they ever want to say anything to each other? I can just think of a topic they can both connect with. I got it!
リトスト
The toss. Little Layla solved that puzzle you left for her. Nana saw her joyously jumping around with the draft paper in her hands, right?
ああ
Yeah.
その問題
Not
で
only
悩
that,
みまくって
but I saw little Layla stressing over that puzzle, so much she couldn't sleep for 3 days.
それはわざわ
That's
ざ
not
言わな
really
く
worth
てもいい
bringing
でしょ
up.
姫様いや
When the princess, when
Senadia
Senadia was Layla's age, she would fret over a problem she could not solve and dare not to go out to play for a whole week.
それ自慢になら
Longer
な
by
いよ
4 days. What's there to be proud of?
君の記憶は些細
No
なことばかり
memories.
だ
Why they follow the littlest things?
でも
Well,
毎日の生活って
Big things don't happen every day, do they?
やっと一番見
This
たか
time,
ったものを
I
見
finally
つけ
got to
た
see
よ
what I wanted most.
彼女も
She's
ここにいる
here too.
こんばんは
Good evening, Corona. Though I guess it's late enough to
お
say
休みの
good
時間
night.
だけどね
Did you just finish today's training?
終わったから
Yeah,
運転
I've
会
just
しよう
finished.
と思って
I thought I'd come here to clear my head. Why are you
ま
still
だ
up,
休まな
Sana?
くていい
計画通りにいかない
Things are
世の
changing
中
too
だ
fast
さ
to plan for. I need to
もっと
think further
未
ahead.
来を考えなきゃいけないからね
Why come here to clear your head? The library's closer to the Central Park, isn't it?
ここなら
I just thought if I came here to clear my head, I might run into you. What about you?
そう
You
私
gave
も
my
同
answer
じ
a
こと
different
を
name
言いた
before
か
I
ったのに
could.
先を越されて
What
た
else is there for me to say?
どうやら
Next time we
次から
meet,
別の
we
挨拶
need
が必要みた
to
い
greet differently. Something like,
奇遇だね
what a coincidence running into each
今日
other
の夜
this
に
night
会え
of
るなん
today.
て
本当
What a coincidence.
思えば
Come to
あ
think
な
of
た
it.
がフォードに来てから
You've been in
もう
Tea
結
Flame for
構
quite a
経
while
ってる気
now.
がするよ
But the time we spent talking in depth only makes up for a small part of it.
まあ
Even though it's a small part of it, I'm
十分
already
満
very
足できたか
content.
な
私は
I'm not content with that.
満足
Huh?
私が持ってるあなた
All
は
I have of you is
た
a
った
dream.
一つの夢だから
Everything that followed started from that dream.
すべてがこの
Building
夢を
up
起
bit by
点に
bit,
して
they think.
フォードで少しずつ
And
積み重なって
Just
き
you
た
said, that's only a very small
あ
part.
なたのナハラが脅迫状
The
で
day
指
after
定した日は
tomorrow is the date Narl upset in the ransom note.
もし
If I
私が
can't stop her,
彼女を
this
阻止
tiny
できな
part
か
will
っ
be
たら
gone when Tuesday arrives.
なら不安や
Then let us
焦りを
cast aside our
そ
worries and needs.
して
Try to leave a little more time behind in this night.
他
Belongs
の
to
何
you
か
and
を
me
起こして
alone.
みない例えば
Like
あな
the
た
me
の
you
知ら
don't
ない
know and the
私と
you I don't know.
私の
私は確かにソコームの中でセナに関することを見た。でもあの場で話さない方がいいと思って今まで隠してたの。
Would help if I didn't mute myself. I did say some things about you in the retrospective dream. I didn't think it was an appropriate thing to bring up back then. So I kept them to myself. Until now.
セナは間違い
You've
な
without
く
a doubt the most
私
playful
が
and
知る
curious
中
person
で
I've ever
一
met.
番いた話さない方がいいって
Is that
思
what
っ
you
たこ
thought
とが
wasn't
ね
appropriate to say?
うん
Yeah.
だって神様ら
Because
し
it
く
sounds
ない
less
けど
God and more Senna.
セナら多分
I think you were given a 10-day vacation, Senna. If you were given a 10-day, you'd definitely try everything you've been wanting to. Wouldn't even matter if you exhausted yourself having fun and had to return to work completely drained on the 11th day.
明日の運命を深く考
Living in the
えず
moment.
に
No matter what fate may bring tomorrow. That's who you
そ
are.
れがでも
But there's no way to
こ
read
の言
this.
葉明日の運命がわからないなら
If you don't know what fate will bring tomorrow, then live each day as if it were your last.
セナに聞か
Senna,
なく
there are
て
some
も
questions I don't need to
答え
ask.
がわかるも
I
の
already
もあ
know
る
your
けど
answer.
これだけは教えて
But there's one thing I don't know.
あなたとこんなに
Even
短
if
い
we've
時間
only
しか
spent
過
so
ご
little
して
time
ない
together,
私
even if I don't have any memory
あ
of
な
being
たに
raised by
育て
you,
られ
even
た
if
記憶すら
all
持
this
た
is an
ない
appearance,
私未来のレイラとして少しでも
could I
あなたを
still bring you
慰
some
められ
comfort
た
as the future Layla?
慰めなんかじゃないよ。
It's more than that.
あ
What
な
you
たが
brought
くれ
me
たの
is...
は
Oh,
あなたが生きてる時
in
代
the
で
area you live in,
スペー
the
ス
Deep
アン
Space
カー
Anchor is known as the
終
Anchor of
末のアンカー
Apocalypse.
って呼ばれ
The
てた
name
んです
implies that Loose Wrong suffered an
それっ
apocalyptic
て
crisis.
あなたがどんな方法で
I
過去に
don't know how you
戻った
managed to
のか
return
わ
to the
からない
past, but I imagine it must have been an
でもそれ
incredibly
はきっ
long and
と
arduous journey.
そのせいで私たち
It
は
widened the
遠く
distance
離れ
between
ちゃったけ
us,
ど
but also let me see you from a whole
そ
new
のおかげで
perspective.
なんだか新しく
This
て
feeling is entirely new to me, yet
不思議な
amazing.
感じ草むらに寝転んで
it's
空を
like
見
looking
上
at
げ
the
る
sky lying on the leaves or gazing down at the land from the drifting clouds. Every blink of an eye brings new surprise on the wind.
あなたは想像より
You're
背が
taller
高
than
く
I
て
imagined, and prettier too. You don't just cling to me like you used to. You took off your glasses and you call me Senna instead of Senadina.
たくさん変わったけど
Even though you've changed a lot, you're
あな
still
た
as
は
kind and
昔
brave
み
as
たいに
ever.
優しくて
And
勇
things I
敢
find
で
cute about you,
可
you've
愛
only
い
got
って
cuter
思
as
っ
you've
てた
grown.
ところ
セナ
Senna.
ほら図
See,
星
I
で
was
しょ
right, wasn't I?
レイラが2番目
Little
に好きな
Senna's,
歌
little
の
Layla's second favorite glow now.
私って
Did I
ナ
just
ハラとリトス
bump
タの
Nala
順位
and
を
Latos
超えら
down
れ
the
ちゃったの
list?
レイラから直
Little
接
Layla
聞
told me
いたん
yourself.
だよ
If you don't believe me, you can ask her yourself once we bring
だ
her
った
home.
ら
もし一番って
Whatever answer's
答えられ
most
たら
favorite.
だったら私
Then I'll run away from home.
セナが家出す
If
る
Senna's running away, then I'm coming too.
まだ行き先も教えて
I
ないの
haven't
に
asked where I'm
何も
going,
考
and
え
you're
ずに
coming
つい
with
て
me
くる
without
の
asking? What if I lure you
私
somewhere
に何回
weird?
かって変な場所に連れてかれたらどうするの
Hello there, Lily. I will be, yes, watching the FanFest on the 25th. As long as I haven't got work, I shouldn't. Should have it off because I asked for it off. I'm looking forward to it, and yes, I'll probably do the same if it's jumping into a call for it for Final Fantasy FanFest.
セナの行き先はきっと
Wherever you go,
未来だよ
it must be the future.
それに
That's
こ
my
こは
home.
私の家だし客
As a
人が
guest,
セナに誘拐さ
where
れる
could you
筋合いは
possibly
ないと
lure
思う
me
け
to?
ど私を待って
What
るのは
awaits me is a thrilling adventure for
素敵な
sure.
冒険だ
How come you always come to say my answer before I
どうし
do?
てあなた
そうか夢追い人
So,
との別
you
れは
had
と
to
っ
say
くに済
goodbye
ま
to
せていたん
Krona
だ
a
よ
long
ね
time ago.
でも時に答えが
Some
あったと
answers
して
will
も
sound like
それを
lies
口に
unless
し
they're
ない
spoken
限り
out
は
loud.
嘘のままになってしまうよ
I still ask.
彼女の代わりに僕が
Need
問
to
う
ask what she didn't ask. I will likely pre-order. It depends on how much money I have.
セナディア
Synadia.
君は後
You
悔
regret
し
it?
ているの
きっと
Probably.
あなたが
100
想像
times
でき
greater
る
than you can imagine. Keep going. Really? Not rules of freeing. We're doing a 4 here. Guys. Will you bring us back to base?
ここがフォード観光ツアーの終点かな
Yep. 4.
0番目の駅とも言えるね
Yeah, exactly. Or near my
Yeah,
birthday,
but
since it's
I
coming
thought
out near my
that-
birthday.
遠出するのに家の扉を
I'm
開
about
け
to
て
go
ど
on
う
a
する
long
の
journey.
思
What
い
if for a
出に
moment I open the
飲み込
door,
ま
I
れ
get
て
so
動けな
overwhelmed
く
by
なって
frozen memories that I can't even move?
セナさんを見ていると
Miss Senna,
彼を思い
you
出
always
す
remind me of a boy.
全く違う
You're
人間
completely
なの
different
に
people, yeah.
崩
You made
壊
the
を
exact
相手に
choice
して
when
同じ
facing
選
Honkai.
択をした青年をね
Was that
最
Welt?
悪の選択だった
Or, Otto?
あの時彼が勝っていたら
He'd always been the one to win.
彼の死後の
Earth's fate after
地
his
球は
death might have been sealed.
火星
Was
と
it
同
the
じ
strong?
運命をたどっていたかも
Oh,
し
it
れない
might be Kevin then.
ま
It's either Kevin or
所
it's
詮は別
Otto.
の派で起きた話だけどね
But that would be another story on another leaf.
その青年は
That boy. Why
ど
did
う
he
して負
lose?
けたの？
一昔前の人間だった
Because
から
he's
さ
from the previous era.
彼が
Because
生
the
きて
world
い
still
る限り
exists. We'd never have a true future. It's Kevin. We're talking about Kevin.
そして君も同
That's
じ理
exactly
由
why
で
you
自ら
volunteered
死
to
を選んだ
die.
あの目を使わなくても
Even without those eyes of yours,
人
you
の
see
心を
right
見
through
透か
people,
せるんだ
Miss
ね。
Vida.
知り合いに探
I'm
偵
not
がい
gonna
る
say.
から
I've
ね
dealt with a detective before.
そうだ、ビタさん。
By the way, Miss Vida,
最後に一つ
can I ask you
質
one
問
last
してもいい？
question?
どうぞ
I never withhold my
死によく
sincerity
な
for someone who's
嘘を
about
つい
to
たり
die.
しないよ
7人の可愛い弟と妹
You
がいるって
really have 7 adorable little brothers and sisters?
そんなに僕ってお姉さんらしくないかな
Do I really not look like someone who's been a big sister?
まさか。む
You
しろ
do to a T, but because of that, my rational mind refuses to believe, so I had to double check. Why am I just walking into her back?
ないと後悔がちょっと増えちゃう。
No, I might have a little more regret later.
神というのも
A so-called god
やっぱり
is fascinating indeed.
さようなら。
Goodbye, Miss Vida. And
ありがとう。
thank you.
バラは礼儀を重んじる花と言われている
Roses are ceremonial flowers.
枯れてもなお鮮
They
やかで
remain fresh even in
曲が
death.
った枝は
Their stems bending in a curtsy. That's what the chapter's title is? It's about her death?
神の創造者と
As
し
a
て
god's undertaker. Perhaps I
一
should
歩
have
持
bought
ってく
one.
ればよ
前回ここに来た記憶
The
は
stretch of time I've traveled has
私が
blurred
超
my
えた長い
memories
時
of the
の
last
せいで
time I was
霞んで
here.
しまったおぼろげな記憶の中
In that haze, only the conviction I held still shone bright.
希望は待つものじゃない
Hope isn't something for you to wait for.
作り出すしかな
It
い
can
の
only be created.
私という不完全な人間の手に
In the hands of an imperfect human like
それ
me,
は道具
hope will become a tool,
武器
a weapon,
私たち自身
and
に
even ourselves.
その光の下で
Under its light,
この音真
the
実は
unbreakable boundary between illusion and reality will vanish completely.
終点にて見
I
届
bear
けよ
witness at the end,
時を見た
simply
から
because I saw time.
起点に
I
て
bid
別れ
farewell
よ
at the start, simply because
あれは私じゃない
of
けど
course that's not me.
私でも
But
あるよね
isn't that me? Well, that's an interesting way to end the chapter. Oh, wait.
どこかに花火を必要としてる場所はない
Okay, that's a very interesting way to end the chapter.
10秒だけ待
So where's it gonna go now? Senna's dead! Bro, we spent the whole, like, beginning of this chapter with her, and then we had a whole arc of where is she, and now she's dead! I don't feel like she's gonna stay dead. I feel like Honkai isn't gonna keep her dead. But, wowza! That is something. Well, everyone. We have 700 gems. I don't think that's enough for anything here. We can try and get some more items for her, but I'd rather save it for now, just in case for the 10 drops. Wow. And now that's going to lead into the last chapter. That is... well, it's something to say the least. That's it, everyone. This is where we're calling it. So for those on YouTube, thank you for joining today. I hope you have a lovely day. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated. This is Chrono Arcadia Network, signing off.